nuts. It's honey. We like honey. Humans, we're weird.
Hello. It's a bottle of basil, Hayden.
Holy shit! Happy Monday to you, Chris.
Yeah, it was just gifted to me. I've tried everything. It was just gifted to me by one Trevor Knight. Shout out to Trevor Knight, one of the best baseball players that I ever played with. Him and his brother Kirk. Anyways, he stopped by the studio and gave me a bottle of basil, Hayden. So if you need me to sign a jersey, this is pretty good etiquette right here.
Oh.
Like, honestly, I'll sign as many jerseys as you want.
For what, a bottle?
Yeah, if you're going to bring gifts.
Oh, okay.
You know?
You guys heard that, right?
Somebody hit me up and was like, yo, how do you get, and I like the guy that hit me up and everything, but he was like, yesterday, he goes, hey, how easy is it for you to get 3 wild card tickets to the Eagles game? I'm like, dude, just as easy as it is for you, brother. I was like, I'm going to have to pay for them. You know, I'm like, did you look online? I looked at StubHub. There's like 1 million of them, but obviously they're expensive, which begs the question, Beau, did you have a good time yesterday? Do you regret going?
No, I loved it. I have small regrets. Oh my god, I look
Regrets.
terrible. I have a little bit of regrets.
Here, here you go, Nate. This is basil, Hayden. Please don't spill it. It's free for me, but it wasn't for Trevor. Here you go. Here's the cap. Fuck, I dropped the cap. We're just going to have to keep passing around.
This is whiskey? I thought this was the THC.
No.
Whiskey!
I got the Willie's Reserve coming out later in the show.
Whatever.
So go ahead, Beau. Tell us about yesterday. You were at that game.
I was at that game. It felt great to be back in the link, Chris. But I did a brand partnership with Vaseline.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the Vaseline king yesterday.
Yeah.
Basically, I completely lathered myself up with Vaseline, wore minimal clothing, and enjoyed the Week 18 game at the link. And it was chilly. I was chilled, but thankfully I had the warmth of, seeing old teammates like BG and Lane, that kind of warmed me up a little bit, but I got a little cold. It was fun to be at the link, man. All that good stuff. It was great to be back.
This first round of the playoffs is hard to predict, but I will make one prediction that Beau's going to be sick this weekend. Like, you just look drained. You look like
I'm feeling a little
took
sick.
Toll on you. Yep, and you're feeling a little sick.
I'm feeling a little sick here,
and
bud.
I'll see you in 2 weeks if it's what I have. I mean, fuck it. I'm looking at the monitor here. I'm like, holy shit, Chris, you don't look well.
My skin's moisturized though.
Now, do you want to tell them about like the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun day, man. We got some good content. We visited our friends over at the People's Bench in the tailgate lots, so that was a good time. But no, I mean, basically, it was a pretty fun deal, man. I was freezing my nipples off. I think I was the most naked person in the link. But yeah, I mean, Vaseline, Chris, as you know, it protects your skin from the drying elements of the cold. So thankfully, even though it was a little chilly out there, my skin was nice and hydrated. And that's why I look so good and glowing on this pod today.
Shout out to Vaseline.
Shout out to
Vaseline
Vaseline.
off?
Dude, I literally was so disgusting after the game that I hit a big Dom and went down in the locker room and showered. Like, I waited a little bit.
Is that unreal?
I waited a little bit
unreal?
for the locker room and the media to clear out a little bit, and then I just waited and I was showering, and Jordan Mailata was like, he was in there, and he's like, "Hey, Beau," in his Australian accent.
Yeah.
I was like, "What's up, man?" And he's like, "Well, it's good to see you." Yeah. I was like, "All right, I'll see you later."
Yo,
I was
dude.
down so bad, just like full day of wearing nothing, covered in Vaseline. Contractually obligated to wear no shirt and Vaseline all day, which is great. I loved it. It was fun. Had a lot of giggles and ha-has. But I need to get that shit off, and I was like, I have to shower. So yeah, locker
How
room.
about Beau just waltzing into the locker room after a loss and being like, "Hey, yeah, can I
Yeah, you got an extra towel? I can borrow?
Unreal, dude. Unreal.
was
I'd have kept my
great.
shorts on.
My jorts.
Nothing personal. It's just like when you're not a part of the team, I just feel like it's weird to break the barrier of like seeing, just having your piece out and it's not your locker room anymore.
Beau, did you
What do you
join
mean,
the
dude?
media
They
scrum?
were lucky for that. Did I join the media scrum?
Like,
No, I waited
did
for
you
all that
stand
to
there like
clear
you were,
out.
people asking you questions? Or something?
You should have stood in the middle with your towel on.
Yeah, exactly.
Just leaned on Jeff McClain. Well,
We
anyways,
missed you, Chris. We missed you in Philly. You would have had fun. So
yeah,
maybe,
and I just want to say this. I love going to football games, but you don't see any of the football game. You don't. Like, you don't. You drink, and you pay for that the next week, and you talk to a billion people, and you don't see the game. And then those same people, when you do the show on Monday, are like, you didn't watch the game. I'm like, I know, because you told me I needed to go to the game. I'm not going to the game this weekend. I just want to get that out of the way. For the 3 people, not a lot of people, but 3 people asked me, including Beau on the phone. Beau was trying to pressure me, put me in a group text. Hey, you're coming up to the game, right, Chris? No, I'm not coming up to the game. I'm going to watch at home because I'm fucking nervous about everything.
Oh, we're not going to Jacksonville?
No, we were never going to Jacksonville. He tried to say, should we do a live watch at like?
You said maybe. You said, I think.
I don't know that I ever said maybe.
I think a few weeks back on the show, I said
maybe I did. Maybe I did.
Josh Allen goes down. You were like, oh, yeah, maybe.
But you know what? As a parent of 3, let me explain to you what the word maybe means. It's like, I don't want to say no right now. I'll say it later.
I get it.
I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to watch. We are going to live stream it. Me and Nate, one of us is going to be like in agony on the live stream. And I feel like it's going to be me. Honestly, we'll get to that game in a little bit. The Jags are a wagon. They're a wagon. They are. Let's take a shot to the Jags winning the
AFC South, baby.
Let's take a shot.
AFC South.
You know, we got this helmet right
Salute.
here. Salute. But also because it's playoff time. What do y'all think of that? That's fucking smooth.
That's really good.
Was that smooth or what?
That's smooth. That was good.
I might start drinking again.
Mr. Hayden.
Damn.
I don't know the last time I had whiskey.
That was really good.
Whiskey.
Wow.
Not for me.
Okay, I'm ready to do the show now.
Dog of the day before we get into
Let's do
best
dog
play,
of the day.
All right, dog of the day. The dog of the day goes out to this dog right here. It's on the screen, everybody. Dog
I don't
of
see
the
a dog.
day. Dog
No
of the
way.
day.
No.
No way.
Dude, you should have put up.
right
You should have put up
my
JJ McCarthy
God.
Your fucking dog
because
right
he was
here.
barking.
Oh,
JJ McCarthy was
God.
barking. He's the dog of the day for me.
Ruining this segment already.
That Chargers defense gave them a full 60 minutes of football. That's second
First
team.
seed. Doesn't matter. Number 1. Who else is number 1? Only one other team.
That's true. That's true.
Only one other team.
That's true. 2 best quarterbacks in football. Darnold and Nix.
Damn right.
Okay.
Best flight, worst flight?
Yeah, we should do that, shouldn't we? I'll start. Best flight. I just want to make sure I don't get sniped this week.
Oh, I don't want to get sniped.
Well, best flight, all the passes that traveled versus the Jets defense this year, they all landed safely. Was that yours?
Nope.
Okay. But all the passes, they finished the season without a single interception, which is insane considering the coach, that used to be his job to intercept passes.
Yep.
Hey, what are you guys going to do well this year? Not intercept passes. I don't know how to explain that to these guys,
And
dude.
they dropped a gimme, too, during the game.
Who dropped the gimme yesterday? Did somebody?
Yes.
No shit.
Like, they had a legit chance at one. And it was like the whole stadium, and everyone was like, oh.
One of the Texans backups had one of the worst drop picks I've ever seen. It hit him so hard in the helmet yesterday. There was a lot of bad ball being played yesterday. A lot of bad ball. Okay, my best flight, all the passes against the Jets.
My best flight, I'm giving it to Josh Johnson.
Yeah.
Going out there, getting a win. I don't know if they were saying that maybe he's done after this year, but he's been on – there's a clip of him saying his journey throughout his football career, all the different spots and teams that he's played for. And just like being a career backup, going in spells. I think he's only had a couple of starts his whole career, and if he is done – to go out with a win, doesn't matter how you get it, and then you play well.
11 career starts.
11 career starts.
Good for him.
Yep.
Josh Johnson, man. That's a pro football player right there. He's in it for the love of the game.
11 career starts.
2 wins.
$12.5 million career earnings.
You know what? To be
Pretty
honest,
good clip.
though, could be a train ride. I don't know how they got home. That's always nice.
But it's quick.
It's even better than the flight.
Hell yeah.
You might be onto something.
And the season's over, so it's like.
Yeah, we can all Mykonos on 3.
Oh, yeah.
Mykonos on 3.
I got something for later, but
Speaking of Mykonos.
Cancun's back.
Oh, well, yeah. That's actually my best flight, Dr. Fax, is Jamar Chase is going to Cancun, baby, and he seemed pretty pumped about it.
What did he do?
Yeah.
he said in the
Best
thing,
flight,
they were
Jamar
like,
Chase going to Cancun.
Cancun on 3, he said?
No, basically the reporters asked him, so what are you going to do? And he was like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to go to Cancun, right? So I'm going to go to Cancun.
Hell yeah, dude.
That shit lit.
He's fucking hilarious, dude. He is so funny.
It's funny.
Yeah, so also they're getting a lot of practice at that. You have like a couple favorite resorts down there? Because the last couple of years, this has been a thing for them,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Worst flight. I got mine.
Tyler Loop.
Oh.
It doesn't get worse. Guys, what did I say last night?
He's gonna miss it.
I said
score a touchdown. I don't trust him.
I said this guy. Now I might have been on Ravens -3.
But he was 8 for 8 from that range.
It didn't matter. The spot was too big. I saw it in his eyes. That place, they doused holy water on the stadium. God was in the way, dude. And
they said he's a God-fearing kid though.
Well, evidently he should have brought his holy water, dude. God picked the Steelers, man. That's how this thing works. It's kind of like at the end of the Tampa and Carolina game when they were all in a prayer circle. They were all silently praying for different teams, and God was like, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo." Everybody knows
God just wants you to walk across the United States, Chris.
Oh, that ain't
That's what it
happening.
is.
That ain't happening.
Man.
That ain't happening. I got people hitting me up being like, "Get your walking shoes on." I'm like, "Hey, I let you in on a joke. That doesn't mean that all of a sudden now, the Steelers do one good thing. I'm walking across the country. They got to win 4 games.
No, yeah, but yeah.
It ain't gonna happen.
Man.
It ain't gonna happen.
One
They
thing-
can't
one
douse
thing I
holy
understand-
water.
One thing on
now.
their side though is they about to get DK back on 2 weeks of rest.
I know that's incredible.
Like at the end of the year. That
No, I know. Texans fans in the front row, they got to watch out. He's gonna be fresh. No, dude, I got you. Listen, we'll get to that game in a second. I got respect for what they did, but I'm not walking across the fucking country. I'll tell you when I'm scared.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just annoyed.
2 wins. Two wins by them. You scared?
No,
Oh, okay, cool.
no.
It would be
Because-
good for the pod.
It would be good for the pod. At the end of the day, even walking across the country would be good for the pod.
It'll be amazing because they'll put it all over everything.
Oh, for sure. My wife would leave me for sure. She'd be like, no, like you're not. It takes a year, dude. It literally takes a year. I looked it up. That's how paranoid I got about it the other night. I told you I took a couple days off from the wacky tobacco. I got home and I hit one.
1,009 hours.
And I'm doing a deep dive on it, and I'm like, "Are you afraid?"
Someone actually called in and said you should walk from Jacksonville to Santa Monica rather than Virginia Beach to San Francisco because it shaves off 600 miles.
I just watched "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou." Kind of feels like the same kind of journey. Honestly, I'll be walking
Just
through
sing the
Mississippi
songs the whole
and
time.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Take 40 West.
Yeah. I might not make it out of Jacksonville. Everybody's gonna be like, "Aren't you one of the ones that didn't believe in us?" Pow, pow.
You should change it to hitchhike across.
I
So
can't
then-
change it. I already said it.
Well, I mean, it's still early enough. Like, I
No.
mean, so that it's
No,
so
that's
that
a
it's
bet.
somewhat
That's a bet. I've done
that
this
it's somewhat
before.
doable. That is somewhat doable. Like you said, you just can't.
It is
walk.
doable. I can walk across.
But
the
like
country.
hitchhiking and getting people to take
Dude,
you.
there's nothing more I'd like more.
Nate's doing a reverse psychology thing on you right now.
A year,
You can't do it.
dude. Some guys would kill for a chance to walk across the country alone. Seriously.
I mean, that guy is kind of you, the one who fucking wanted to float in a pumpkin. Like, I mean, walking across is
Man,
like it's like
and
the
honestly-
same,
That's nothing.
like
I might rather walk across the country again than do the pumpkin again. That was a motherfucker.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
All right,
Like,
so let's
all right.
Tyler Loop. Can you imagine, dude? Your life's different now. I'm not even being funny. Your life is different. It's never going to be the same. This is, I always say this, flip side of the privilege of playing sports is nothing can happen to you that embarrassing in the privacy of your home that like is going to change. Wherever he moves, he's Tyler Loop. It's in his head the rest of his life. Anybody know where Tyler Bass is right now?
Seen it at home?
He's in Buffalo, presumably.
Is he? I mean, they don't have a kicker going into the
Injured.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
injured in Buffalo.
Injury.
Yeah.
But he's probably holed up in his house. He's probably dealing with a lot of issues. That's the thing with Tyler Loop, man. And then after the game, like Lamar, I think was really mad at him, and he should have been. You got one fucking job. You play video games all week. You play mini golf in the facility, like golf simulator. You got one kick. They centered it up for you, brother.
Hey, it could be worse. You could be Justin Tucker.
You could be Justin Tucker.
Did you see the video of Harbaugh walking Loop to the locker room, man? That was pretty tough watch.
That's
It's like
some
you could just
human
see how
shit right there, dude. There's
crushed
a
he
human
is.
element
Yeah.
in this game sometimes.
Oh,
that
exactly.
You care about kickers now?
he wants to punch him. If Nate was on his team, he would assault him.
No, I wouldn't. It's
Yeah.
just.
I'm just saying, dude, it's tough to experience someone's worst moment as a professional athlete in such a big stage, man. I feel for the guy. It's shitty.
Honestly, he's the one that saved Chidobe Awuzie, because Awuzie was going to be the hollow man coming out of this game,
Hitch and
and
go.
nobody's going to remember that he fell down, didn't have the right cleats on or something at the end of that football game. Okay, so that's my worst flight.
Worst flight. Can I get my worst flight?
Speaking of people that should have walked, Tyler Loop.
Okay. Worst flight. Nicolas Maduro. And his wife. Worst flight.
I don't know who that is.
Unbelievable.
Woo, could you imagine? Could you imagine?
But what's your worst
The
flight?
worst flight.
It's kind
I
of getting
don't
to the
know.
point where I feel like if I tweet something bad about the president, I could be on a plane just like Maduro. So, yeah, I
Nicolas
could
Maduro.
imagine.
Oh,
I'd
worst
hate,
flight.
I'd hate to fuck around and find out.
It's a good worst flight,
That's
right, Bo?
That's the funniest shit you've ever said in my life. My brain's operating at like 5% capacity right now. It took me literally 45 seconds to get that. Anyway, I got my worst flight. It's not as bad as that, but it's me. Worst flight is me. It's 6:30 a.m. flight out of fucking Philly this morning, and oh my god, dude, I literally wanted to jump. I wanted to open the exit hatch and just jump out of the plane. It was tough. I was still all vassed up and very hungover, and yeah, it was tough. Yeah,
Yeah, but
It's not as
you
bad
didn't
as
lose
Maduro.
your grip on a country that's about to get plundered for its minerals and oil.
Metaphorically, yeah. Someone goes, Bo learning
thus
Bo learning
destabilizing
current
the,
events from facts, trolling in the live stream is peak. Oh god,
I'm sorry. I don't usually like to do.
No, but that was,
That was-
we're here,
that was
dude. We're here,
great.
dude.
It was
That was
just fair.
fucking great.
I'm not even gonna lie. I was thinking about this for a couple of days,
No, we're here.
and I was just like,
I mean,
for some reason, I'm like, Chris is gonna off the top rope this so quick. That's why I was like,
No,
I
dude.
don't want someone to take this.
honestly, not even close. When I said Tyler Loop and you didn't have Tyler Loop, I was like, well, what's he guarding against? Nobody can have a worse flight than Tyler Loop.
Oh man, Nicholas definitely had the worst fight.
Than Tyler Loop? I don't know though.
Actually,
Nicholas
I don't know.
Maduro
He
didn't
looked
have
aight.
didn't have Marlon Humphrey with a fucking live stream thing on him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I hope he put that phone away last night. Would have been a bad night to live stream on the flight home.
Bro, I just can't imagine the Baltimore's locker room because all the clips that are going around. The clip of Isaiah Likely like a week or two ago.
That's
when
what I'm saying.
When he's leaving the facility and someone's like,
Yes.
"Hey, like," and he's like, "This shit is trash."
So wait, have we done all the worst flights and best flights?
Yeah. So we can get into
So
this
we can go
game.
right in this game. All right, guys. First thing I want to say is this. The Steelers, I know both coaches are coaching for their jobs, it seems like, and we haven't heard a peep out of Baltimore yet, which I don't know what's going to happen there. But and Mike Tomlin might not be the guy going forward in Pittsburgh, but last night he was the guy. They had that team playing with another level of intensity and emotion. And honestly, I wouldn't say that the Ravens bitched up, but I would say that they weren't as physical. And I would say that it didn't look like it meant as much to them. And I know there's a home field advantage in that thing, and they sprinkled holy water all over the field, and there's interceptions going off of people's ankles and shit. And, bad breaks for the Ravens. But the Steelers just, they took the fight to them. You're up 10-0. You don't put them away. Kyle Hamilton's injury is enormous. We'll get to that in a second. But outside of all that, the defense missed like 13 or 15 tackles. And, the game plan is, when I talk about the Steelers, one of the reasons that while I think Aaron Rodgers was fucking fantastic last night, especially considering there was a sequence where he missed Jonnu Smith and then he got hawked running to the sticks by a D tackle. He had the angle on him. It was like, fuck, I don't have the angle. At that moment, I was like jotting down his eulogy, dude. I thought it was over. I thought it was over. The way he played down the stretch, especially when Kyle left the game and it was like, I can pick on our Darius Washington. I can pick on Marlon Humphrey. We just got to get the ball out in the flat and make 44 tackle. We just got to get the ball in the flat and make Nate Wiggins come down and run support. Like, they just aren't the physical tackling team. They aren't your uncle's Ravens, dude. They're not your father's Ravens, dude. They're just not. And Zach Orr, without Kyle Hamilton, he was butt naked out there. I mean, just the minute that happened, I think the yards per play went up a couple yards. The success rate went way up. And, you can't do half the things you can do from a personnel grouping standpoint. Everybody knows that Kyle Hamilton's been the key to this defense the past 2 years. He's been the Band-Aid that stopped the bleeding. And when he left the game, it was kind of over at that point. I mean, whether you knew it or not at the time. I mean, when that thing turned, it was awful. And so I thought the Steelers did a great job of being physical, flying around, playing with emotion, making them tackle, exploiting matchups. And on the other side, I think we're going to look at this game either way as a kind of a where are we on Lamar thing, which I think, fair or unfair, that's what was going to happen coming out of this game. This is not a Lamar loss. Do I think he could have played better in the middle of the game? Absolutely. In the middle of the football game between 10-0 and 13-10 or whatever it was, there was a period where with 4 minutes left, there was a Tyler Linderbaum holding call, which flipped the field 30 yards. They're at the 21-yard line with a 1st and 10 after Lamar scramble, up, I think, 10-0 in the football game, with a chance to go up 13-0, 17-0. Instead, Linderbaum, with a totally useless hold, backs him up. They end up in like 3rd and 17. They punt the football. They don't get the ball back for another 11 minutes of game time. And, I don't think the offense recovered from that until they absolutely had to. It almost felt like, to me, the offense was in such a lull in the middle of the football game. And I said this last night watching with the guys. They finally ran Lamar on a keep that he had to, like, punch it into the teeth of the defense. And they were talking shit, and people were, like, jostling, as somebody might say. And Lamar got a little pissed off, and I said, man, he got hit now. He's fucking mad. Watch, he's about to have that Lamar moment. Because 5 minutes prior, I said, we haven't had a Lamar moment yet in this game. But we had 3 different Lamar moments. I love the call on the fake toss. Obviously, he let Zay Flowers get behind the defense. But also the Isaiah Likely throw was unbelievable. These were quintessential Lamar moments. Okay, so if you were wondering if he still had a pulse, he absolutely still does. And I don't put this game on him. I don't. When Lamar doesn't play well, I tell you. When he plays fine, I tell you. And when he rises to the occasion, I tell you as well. This is an organizational failure. This game was an organizational failure. When the guy puts you in position to win 3 different times, the defense can't make plays. It's very unfortunate that your best player is that important to your defense and he's out of the football game with something kind of fluky where Alohi Gilman knocks him out. That's what it was, dude. And they could not buy a stop because Aaron Rodgers was the best offensive coordinator in the league down the stretch. He knew right where to go with the football. And when you kind of see the way he'll line Kenny Gainwell up and say, hey, you do this and that, and you see him and Arthur Smith arguing on the sideline and shit, that's Aaron Rodgers' offense. It's Aaron Rodgers' offense when they go to MVS 3 times in the red zone. It's Aaron Rodgers' offense when he throws a million back shoulder fades like he's going to Thielen with the game on the line. Like, this was some pretty good quarterbacking from Aaron Rodgers, dude. Mm-hmm. But the Ravens gave it away as well. And I think, the Tyler Loop kick is one thing, but there was a number of things that they tricked off to be in that position at all. And Lamar was not the reason you lost that game. Did I think he could have played more inspired in the middle portion of the game? Yeah, but they barely had the ball. They barely got anything going. So, and when you lose 2 guards like that, I mean, that they're not that good. And that's what's coming in the offseason for the Ravens. Like, that fucking roster's not that good. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you. We were wrong about that roster. They were a player leaving the field defensively away from being a bottom 5 defense.
Yeah, those numbers you alluded to. When Hamilton left the game, yards per play jumped from 4.4 yards to 6.4. Success rate went from 33% to 47%. Those are 2 completely different offenses with Hamilton off the field.
They have to, and listen, we're going to talk about Texans Steelers in a second. Steelers, I know I make a lot of jokes about walking across America and all that shit, but this was gutsy, man. Like, it really was. This is a classic, like, back against the wall Tomlin game, and you should have seen it coming a mile away. Lamar has not performed well in that stadium of late, and the team hasn't performed well. But, like, Tomlin firing his players up on the sideline, juxtaposed to the vibe all year from this Ravens team. You know, you brought this up a second ago. Isaiah Likely leaving the stadium a couple weeks ago saying to a fan, "We're ass." Like, that's a cardinal sin. Don't let people know. You know how bad the culture has to be for him to be walking out of the building and saying that to, like, people that aren't in the building? And, like, the Lamar shit obviously was a report by a guy who's written salacious stuff in the past.
Yeah.
But where there's smoke, there's fire, as far as, like, a disconnect between a coach and a quarterback.
It's deeper stuff.
There's things always going on in a building. And here I am taking Lamar's side, but I am saying in the future, they need a culture reset. I love Harbaugh, but they need a culture reset. And it pains me to say that because I think he's a great person, great coach, very accomplished. But, like, it's kind of, they're going backwards. It's run its course. Like, fucking hire Brian Flores. Fucking hire Brian Flores. Tell him to bring Josh McCown. If he's the next hot OC. I'm just saying. I'm throwing one guy out there. I'm just saying. As you go through some of the candidates, if you're a Ravens fan, in this coaching cycle, does it get you a little excited? Think about the prospect of it. Now, think about the prospect of trying the same thing again. Because even when you were better than this team was, you were tricking it off in the playoffs. I think they need a culture reset in that building. I do. And I think they need to nail the draft next year. I think they need to get pass rushers. They need to draft guards. They got a ton of late-round picks. Go ahead. Like, you know, but I think of Brian Flores, when your defense fails to, because of personnel, rush the passer, what do you have to do? You have to draft pass rushers for sure, but you also need to make pass rush happen out of nowhere, which nobody's better at doing that than Brian Flores. You just need some guys that understand blitzing in his defense. And can you imagine Brian Flores using Kyle Hamilton to his advantage as a chess piece?
Oh, my God.
I know I'm like, this is low-hanging fruit, but we don't have to hire the guy today, but I'm saying, like, there are opportunities out there that make me excited for this team in the future. And I would not move Lamar. I think he was hurt this year. Do I think they're going to think about it? Like, I'm sure they'll get calls because they put the bat signal out, right? But I wouldn't do it. It just seems like I'd rather just reset the culture and try to get it right.
They only have $8.4 million in estimated 2026 cap space, and they also have to make the decision on re-signing Tyler Linderbaum. They declined his 5th year, so they could what's it called?
They'll extend him. I think
franchise tag him.
Well, I think they'll end up extending him
Yeah.
because with him being a Pro Bowler, the franchise tag would be pretty steep for him. I think they will end up keeping him in-house. But to your point, Reed, with the financial situation being what it is, top flight edge rushers, they don't make it to the open market. It's not like you can go to the store and find one of those.
And maybe Harbaugh's sitting in there and saying, like, look at this fucking roster, man. I got no pass rushers. I have an aging secondary, right, where, you know, Marlon Humphrey came into the season and he's kind of fell off a cliff. Roquan Smith took a step back. You don't have some of the guys that you were counting on. And then on offense, like, really, look in the mirror and say, how good is that receiving core? Like, stack it up in the league, like where you think it is. And I know that, like, we've been banging this drum for a long time in Baltimore, but, like, Zay Flowers is not like one of those dudes. Like, he's a dude for sure, but he's not one of those dudes. Like, I'm sorry. No, I mean, he's a dude, but he's not one of those dudes. They don't have one of those dudes. And when people keep saying, well, yeah, they got Zay Flowers, they got Isaiah Likely. They're going to let Isaiah Likely walk.
Yeah,
So
he's
you
going to be gone, man.
you got-
They can't afford
Likely gonna walk.
So the Ravens. Somebody in the chat just said it, and sometimes it's easy. It's so hard to just admit this, but the Ravens missed their window. Mm-hmm. But the window's always open if you have an MVP caliber quarterback, and you're banking on him still being that guy. And maybe you can bring in a guy that rejuvenates him, and maybe he does need to fucking tighten up a little bit, like with his habits and that sort of thing, and the way he leads. That could all be true, but I still want him in the building. I still think like the questions of him not having heart or not wanting to play or not being tough, like he's never been that guy. To me, it's just like I think this building needs a culture reset. So we can put them to bed.
I want to go back to something you said.
Yeah.
You said you don't think Tomlin will possibly be at the Steelers long. Like, why do you think?
Well, if let's say Houston blows them out of the water. Mm-hmm. You know you're going to get the annual like, what are we doing here? It's now they went 10-7 this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? They didn't go 9-8. They didn't
still holding on.
Yeah, it's another winning record. So like,
and I'm in the playoffs.
But like
a missed field goal away.
Right. You know, it's just one kick.
And like
one kick.
Like
and what are we
said,
saying?
He said, if my aunt
yeah.
had male parts, she would be my own.
It was an alley-oop. That was an alley-oop for a Tomlinism.
Oh my God. Like,
and I love the way that he made that work in a public setting.
Yes.
He dropped that bomb and then just was like, all right, any other questions?
Yeah.
And just ended his presser. It's so perfect. It's
It's
classic.
so perfect.
I don't think
I wonder how long he was sitting on that one too, you know.
What do you think they do with him? Do you think this is just theoretic? You think
Tomlin wants a stake in ownership? Did you hear that?
Oh, did he really?
He said, if I come back, I'm not like, I'm reading a report here.
Yeah.
So you guys stop me if I'm wrong. You know, you guys are supposed to stop me if I'm wrong.
There were those rumors swirling. They were talking about.
Oh, he pulled a Caleb Williams.
They're talking about
he pulled a Caleb Williams.
Job, a Fox TV.
Remember
job,
Caleb Williams was doing
Did he do that?
Remember Caleb Williams was doing that?
This is from Tony Pauline. A report from Tony Pauline saying that Mike Tomlin was hoping for, if he chooses retirement or get ownership, to stay with the Steelers.
Yeah, so that kind of feels to me, and I said this yesterday, I'm like, that feels like hey, what's the worst I can say no is no thing, and like I don't necessarily want to be coaching like right next year, or maybe I want to do something else. Nolan brought up TV.
What if
like
that's in the reports too?
It's in the report.
But
when I hear like making some leverage play like that, and you don't really have the leverage to do that because they're talking about firing you anyways, like the last couple of years, like fans at least. Not that that fucking makes a difference. Like, you don't have the leverage to be like, you know, I liken it to somebody being like, I'll give you $100 and be like, yeah,
I was just about to ask, can they trade
$1 million deal?
You think can you trade a head coach for players?
You could trade a head coach. Like, maybe Tomlin gets traded. It's happened before. That's a good take.
Joe Burrow for Tomlin?
Woo! I don't know that I don't know that that works.
Then Tomlin gets ownership in the Bengals.
Well, you couldn't trade him in division.
Just like $30.
Yeah. Like, what if you just traded coaches? What if Harbaugh and Tomlin just switch? Harbaugh goes to the Steelers.
That's like wife.
Tomlin,
that's like the
wife swap.
Yeah, that's like the reality TV show.
Do you think they both would do well?
No.
I think Tomlin and Lamar might work.
You know, it's funny because Tomlin, one thing Tomlin's done, I'm not saying Rodgers is really hard to deal with, but he has made that work this year.
Yeah.
And I also say this.
He's made a lot of stuff work.
I've said, yeah, he sure has. I'll say this. Giving Aaron Rodgers his flowers here. I've said this all year. He looks a lot better than last year, and I felt bad for him with the setup in Pittsburgh a little bit, considering like, and over the last 2 weeks, it's looked a lot worse than what it was. Obviously, to get DK back, it's better. And I think sometimes people don't look at this team. You know, you're like, well, it's what they have outside. Like, they have two dynamic running backs. Mm-hmm. And, you know, before Washington got hurt, that's a difference maker at tight end that's very unique. When I look at this game this weekend, again, the thing that the Ravens did so poorly was tackle. What's something that Houston does really well?
Tackle. Top
fucking down, dude. You know, and I know they got beat over the top yesterday, and Laster's backup was in there, and I think they sold out to stop the run. They were like, we're not going to let fucking Jonathan Taylor run for 200 yards on us. So Leonard made some good plays, and they got it over his head. But I think in this game, this is the type of game where Houston's going to feel real good on that side of the football. Like they're going to feel real. You could attack maybe a linebacker like To'oto in coverage, something like that. But I don't see a lot of ways. You know how they looked in the Cleveland game?
Right.
You know, even with a man up, they might look like that in the pass game because the edges, you know, Mike Green and those guys for the Ravens, not dynamic pass rushers. Right, and so kind of let those 2 tackles off the hook. That's not going to happen this weekend. The path for the Steelers is honestly defense just playing out of their minds. But the problem is the Steelers have given up some verticals, and they've let people get behind them a couple times. I mean, last night for sure. Mm-hmm. And the one thing the Texans have done really well lately is they have stretched the field vertically. And you think about some of the shots that are going to be there on tape. So I think it's a really interesting matchup. It's only a 3-point line right now. I think it might have moved to 3.5.
The 3.5 Steelers plus 3.5. That's a Monday night. The Steelers have done a really good job, especially lately. You talk about their defense of stopping the run, giving up an average of 73.3 rushing yards over the past 4 weeks. After seeing Devon Achane, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Derrick Henry.
Their interior played really well.
Yeah,
those guys played really well.
Like great reps.
Yeah, and Cam Hayward is just out there. When he gets down in that stance, it's like an American bison. Is when he's got like frozen goatee.
Yeah.
And you can see his mouth.
Yeah,
you can see the steam coming off him.
What size helmet do you think he wears?
I mean, I don't know. It's a single family home. Guys,
3 bed.
That guy is. I mean, he's just. And he plays with so much intensity, such a heartbeat kind of guy for that defense. It's amazing how he plays at supposedly his dad, you said? Ironhead, yeah, 8 3/4 hat. So I mean that's bigger than my dad's head, dude. My dad has like 8.5 head, dude. Like poor guy, like any free hat he gets, he's like, here, you want it?
I'm the same way.
You got a melon.
And since I grew my dreads, I haven't worn a hat since I grew my dreads.
That's crazy. I really haven't seen you wear a hat.
I can't.
So listen, you're playing at home. Sprinkle some more holy water on the field. That probably worked. Oh. I mean, it definitely worked. It felt like that kind of game.
Oh man.
And the Texans, I think, are the better team. I think they're one. But the Texans, we know, are also variable because like that ghost of that offense from earlier in the season is there. They're on the road. That Kansas City win on the road ended up being a real litmus test for them. I know that Kansas City didn't make the playoffs, but that defense is still a proud group. It's a tough place to play. I thought CJ played well in that game. It's a good test for them. It's going to be hostile like that this weekend in Pittsburgh. It's going to be a hell of a football game. I hope not, but it could be.
We got some advanced video. This is the crew after the game. This is all the holy water at the Steelers field that they're dumping on ahead of this matchup with the Texans.
Yeah, look at that.
They're going to need against this Texans defense, but they're just dumping it all over.
That's pretty good.
Keeping it around.
That's pretty good. Golly, that's a lot of holy water, huh?
Got to flood the kill zone with holy water. You got to flood
the kill zone. That's the one way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if the Texans aggressive?
You have to take a boat.
Yeah.
Across the kill zone.
Yeah, you do. What'd you say?
No, I was about to say something.
So that's man, that's impressive. I never cut myself off.
That's cool.
Let it rip.
Yeah.
No, just fucking. All right, so there you go. You got Steelers Ravens, which again, I don't want to put that thing on Lamar. I just want you to know that. Like, where do I stand on this thing? I think the Ravens. I would change everything before I change Lamar. I would.
Lamar wants to go back to Florida.
I know he might.
And I'm not going to lie, as a fan,
I might not blame him either.
I would love to see Mike McDaniel's last chance with Lamar.
But is it a good fit?
Who knows?
It's fun to think about, but like the one thing that you have to do in that offense is get the ball out with timing.
And I think Lamar is
and
the
Tua
player
is 1/8 the quarterback that Lamar is.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's a quarterback that's up for a challenge, but I think also Mike McDaniels, he's a guy that, he probably would have to tweak that a little bit. Like, you have to meet in the middle to make it work. And I feel like he could with so.
I might have a guy for Mike McDaniel. His name's Tanner McKee.
Ooh.
That motherfucker threw the ball 40-something times yesterday. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So, anyways, I think there's some good points in the chat that you might change it and be more of a. They are a run-first offense as it is. Maybe McDaniel could tweak the thing around Lamar. Nobody's gonna kick Lamar off the porch, right? If he's like, hey, I want to come play for you, right? But I don't know that's the perfect fit that people think it is, like schematically.
No, and I'm not even thinking about it like that. I'm just thinking about it for
geographically.
Exactly. Geographically, he's back home. He's in that area, Miami.
But is that annoying? I'm home right now.
Huh?
I'm home right now, and I don't like leaving the house.
Well, I think when you're from Florida, I think Florida guys have a different pride. Than, I feel like when you ask football guys,
they love Florida.
Where you're from,
They love
usually
Florida.
Guys from Florida.
But do you want your phone ringing off the hook? All your buddies calling you all the time, like people like asking for shit, like.
Some guys like that. And the thing about it is just like a lot of the Florida guys too, like they don't like the fact that, they have to spend half their year somewhere cold.
I keep telling my son, and he's got his Dolphins PJs and shit, and I won't let him go to a game and all that. You guys know that. Like, I'll get you season tickets if Lamar's down there. They'll be one of my favorite teams. We'll go down there all the time. Hang out with Mike McDaniel. It'll be awesome. We'll fucking try to ingratiate ourselves. And they can't be mad at me. He's going to be like,
this is my son.
Oh, no, I'm going to be like, was I wrong?
The Dolphins would have to do some interesting salary cap maneuvers because right now they're estimated at minus 27.5.
His cap hit $74 million. I think he stays.
Mars is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think he stays.
He's going to get a new deal this offseason.
I think they're going to get rid of Monken, I feel like. That's kind of what
if they axe Monken,
kind of what I think is going to happen.
And just keep Harbaugh, dude.
Bro, I don't know. And on Reddit, supposedly, like, Zay Flowers' girlfriend or, like, there's, like, a whole bad thing. They're like leaking stuff about how players, like, they're in the locker room, they're looking at text messages that they really don't like the coach and they don't like what's going on, and that's what's going.
But like, isn't it funny how Zay Flowers' girlfriend's right, but Dylan Gabriel's girlfriend's wrong? Like, everybody it's so funny the way everybody just like plays into whatever half truth they would. All right, man. Dylan Gabriel's girlfriend needs to shut the fuck up and die. And then they're like, "Did you hear what Zay Flowers' girlfriend said?"
It's all.
She basically put her hand on a Bible. She's a great woman. I know she's never lied.
Oh man,
like, it's crazy, dude.
The wags and the girlfriends just got to chill on the social media.
They do.
Just chill with the team secrets.
They just need to chill generally.
How about the next AFC matchup next week?
Man,
Bills and the Jags, 1 p.m. on Sunday.
This is fate, Nate. We got to live stream it. I'm going to tell you coming in this thing, I'm going to be as honest. This is me, 100% honest. Do I feel good about this matchup? Absolutely not.
Belt to ass.
Now, I don't know about that.
Belt to ass pending.
Really?
Guys.
Nate, give me a score prediction.
Listen.
Score prediction.
This.
Don't give me an unless. What do you think is going to happen?
Let me think. All right, Josh Allen. If he comes to play, if Josh Allen and Cook, if they come to play, this will be a 42-37-ish Jacksonville win type game.
Okay.
If Josh Allen, if we keep playing our defense like we have been, and we don't allow a 75-yard rusher, meaning Cook or Allen doesn't have over 75 yards on the ground, I think it's going to be belt to absolute ass.
So give me like a belt to ass score.
Minus 13.5 by 2 touchdowns.
Alt line. You're hitting the alt line.
Alt line. Minus 13.5. 2 touchdowns in Jacksonville. Home dog.
This is me being as honest as possible. Do I think you guys are a fucking wagon right now, like a very good football team? Yeah, absolutely. Sean McDermott and Josh. I don't know that Sean and Josh share this whole thing, but 0-5 on the road in the playoffs. I think the Jags are the better football team. Do I think the Bills can win? Absolutely. They absolutely can. The reasons I think they can win are cover 6, They play pretty well against cover 6. That's what Jacksonville does mostly. They've been pretty productive against cover 6. Play action pass. Kincaid's back in the lineup. They look totally different when Kincaid back in the lineup. I think Jacksonville, if you know Jacksonville, they do give some yards up to tight ends, right? And the inside zone. You guys do a great job at outside zone. Duo, inside zone, I think they're going to be able to run the football. Now, the question is Josh going to play lights out? Because that's what it's going to take. And can he play lights out without trying to do too much? Because if he tries to do too much, this team's good enough to put a lot of stress on you. The area of the game that I think a lot of people are missing is, I think the run game is salivating for Jacksonville. You look at this front and you're like, yeah, we can run the football on them, and I agree. But I think they can create some havoc in the secondary. And I think it's a big Cole Bishop game. I think the guys in the middle of the field have to play great. Yeah. Is that going to happen? Are you going to get the Cole Bishop you got in the Kansas City game? I don't know. The Maxwell Harrison injury worries me at the end of the game. Yesterday he was probably in there a touch too long. But, again, he's in there because probably the Darius Slade deal has been a snowball effect that's fucked their roster up. That honestly, he shouldn't even be in the fucking last game of the season. So do I think the Jags are better? Am I going to come out and talk shit and act like the Bills are going to win this game? No, but I think it's going to be a good football game. I think it's going to be a good football game. Do I want the Jags to lose? Absolutely. Would it make me feel good? And it's not even about you. It's not about you. It's not about you.
Amen, Chris.
I just
Amen,
find, and I put on a dog mask during a playoff run. I find the level of us against the world to be a little off-putting. I find the stay on that side kind of thing to be a little bit all right, we get it, guys. At this point, people respect you. I think you might be the most complete team in the AFC.
Lucky for you, you had a guy. One of your co-hosts has been on them the whole year, so it's you can jump on the bandwagon anytime and have an excuse,
No, I don't jump on bandwagons.
He wasn't really talking to you, but if you're saying
Chris, jump on my bandwagon. I've been on the Jags all year.
All right, here it is. Hey, Jags, I respect the fuck out of you guys. You guys are a really good football team. I think this Liam Cohen guy is a secret weapon. They should have never let him down there in Jacksonville because now they're going to have a fucking program. But I was listening to a Jags podcast this week just to see how – no, yeah, right, exactly. And the guy did 15 minutes of nobody likes us. And then minute 16 he was like, but none of that really matters. And I was like, what? Is all Jags content like this at this point?
I mean, we all love Amon St. Brown, right? And he's the one.
No, we don't.
And he's the one that just, I know every receiver that was picked before me.
No, I always think that shit's kind of lame, dude. I always think that shit's kind of lame. I'm like, all right, cool. They fucked up. They fuck up every year, dude, all the time.
But you know how it is. You know how it is for a new coach or a coach. You got to find something to relate with your team.
But the small market thing, dude, everybody,
love it. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. You gotta.
So yes,
spin it.
Where am I? Do I want the Bills to win more than the desert needs the rain? I want the Bills to win.
Maybe Keanu.
But do I think they're going to win? I don't know if they're going to win, dude, because I think the Jags are pretty fucking good, dude. And I think, them playing on the road, I don't know if I trust this football team.
History is not on Buffalo's side. As you mentioned, Sean McDermott is 0-5 in a road playoff game situation. McDermott's first playoff game was on the road in Jacksonville in the 2017
Yeah, but that was the Kyle Williams playoff run. That was Tyrod Taylor and Blake Bortles, man. They can just throw that game out the window.
Yeah.
It was 9-6.
10-3.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But yeah, rough one.
And the other road losses are what? Kansas City.
It was 1996. Oh, that was the previous.
Who are the other McDermott?
Other McDermott
road losses?
We have 2019 lost to the Texans, 22-19.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And then lost to the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
In the 2020 season. Then we lost.
Don't we?
Sorry. Then they lost again to the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
And then another Chiefs.
And then Chiefs.
Damn.
So it's the Chiefs It's the Jags,
Ooh.
and it's rookie year Josh Allen against the Texans, which was a fucking wild game. I remember that one. Feels like a million years ago. So, yeah, I think the Jags also have a hidden advantage in this game, which is that the fucking Bills don't have a kicker to speak of. And they got one of the best kickers in the league. Like, you talk about in a field goal game. Field goal game. That's a little bit nerve-wracking. Do I think this is a lopsided matchup on paper? No. But I worry about this one for the Bills.
But it's not lopsided on paper. But the Jags, if Camp comes out and he coaches a game that I think he's going to coach, you're just one turnover away from a game being super lopsided.
I know, but they probably feel the same way. If they can get a turnover. Here's the thing. They're going to be hunting these turnovers too now. Like, they're going to be like, hey, Trevor, take that mask off. I'm not saying that's what I'm saying, but this is what their secondary is saying is like, oh, you guys have been good down the stretch this year. Let's see what you're like in the playoffs. That's the one thing they have an advantage in is, like, they have been in these games a lot. And so, like, McDermott's had some shit for guys in the second half of games this year where, like, they're going to be a turnover-hungry bunch too. So I do think the game comes down to turnovers, and that's another thing where it's like, hey, Camp's been doing a great job of getting those guys playing the ball.
But the hitting yards, Parker Washington on special teams, MVP.
He might be the MVP. Well, no, Jacoby Myers is probably the MVP of the team.
I think it's Parker.
Non-quarterback.
I still think it's Parker. Jacoby's up there, but I think it's still like his progression over the years and his stats. He's been like Trevor's.
Where's he from, anyways? Parker Washington.
Penn State.
Mm-hmm. What you call it? He's been a huge difference maker this whole year.
Born in Sugar Land, Texas.
Oh, Sugar Land.
And he just finds a way to get open all the time.
Oh, wait. Actually, Starkville, Mississippi.
Okay. Well, listen, here's the deal, man. Honestly, the middle of the field is going to be huge in this football game for both these teams. Again, with the inside zone, and I think Jacksonville's susceptibility to it. When I looked at this matchup like 6 weeks ago, I think what I said is the Jags are going to score, or the Bills are going to be able to score, but can they keep up with the Jags, right? And I think for them, it's a little bit of a possession football game. Like, can we run the football? I think you'll know early, and then I think when they get the inside zone going, then it's trying to manipulate these linebackers to be pulled up and hit the play action behind them. Like the beginning of that Eagles game, like Josh just kind of turns his back to defense and pops throws a dart to Knox.
Yeah.
Backed up, like that kind of play action game where it's like, we're going to be pounding the middle of this defense, and guys are going to be having to trigger downhill, because the one place that I think the Jags are not very good is inside, interior defensive line, and I think. Yeah. Am I being unfair to Monteric Brown?
And Armstead a little bit.
To say no, I'm saying Monteric Brown, the corner.
Oh.
To say he's a little bit of a guy that you might get after.
He's been playing well lately.
He has. I don't know, man.
The Jags will need to get home on the defensive line, like you mentioned. They're third in the league with 222 QB pressures, but only 27th in sacks with 32.
Oh, yeah, and like we talked about a few weeks ago, this is going to be the game where Hines Allen has a chance to get the respect and get his name back. Imagine you go out there and you have 4 sacks. Like, you call me Josh Allen. You call me Josh Allen, guys, and know that you're talking about me.
In the event that the Jags lose, the super cut is going to be unbelievable.
No, it's not. It's going to be great. What up, Jags? And of course, the Simpsons.
They predicted this?
They already predicted this.
Did they really?
They already predicted
when?
Years ago. So
when?
It's in the books.
When?
It's in the book.
They predicted the 2017 one. They didn't predict this one. See, it's unwritten. It's unwritten yet.
Predicted it.
We do have to give one shout out. Blake Bortles, the first thing he did this morning was wake up and he took a piss. And then the second thing was that he texted Trevor Lawrence, congratulations on beating his touchdown record, single season touchdown record. So shout out Blake Bortles.
I will say this. I think the winner of this game can feel like they're going to the bowl. I really do. This is the one team for the Bills. I'm looking at it from the Bills' perspective.
So after we win this game, are we Jags fans in here now then?
I'm only fans of a couple teams in the NFL, so I can't just turn on fandom. You know, I'm going to root for you.
I've been a fan of the Jags all year.
Say again.
I've been a fan of the Jags all year. I love the Jags.
No, if they win this game, who would they play the next round?
It doesn't matter.
No, in the AFC, my fandom goes like this: Bills, Texans, Chargers, Jags and Pats.
Wow.
Like, you know.
God. So there's no chance you're ever.
No, I would root for the Jags for sure.
You just said 4 other teams that are.
No, like there's a chance. Like honestly, if Hitler came back from the dead and fielded a football team, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, listen, you got to understand, bro. Like it is a natural reaction. It's kind of like the Shador thing when the Shador stands like make you like almost like be like, no, I don't want to see this right now. Like,
don't you, Richard
y'all be
Sherman.
so loud, man.
Richard Sherman, me. Right
I'm not,
now.
bro. I haven't even been close to Richard Shermaning you. Richard Sherman's telling you that you're trash and your team sucks. I've not done that for a half of a year. When you guys play well, I say, man, you're playing good.
Oh man,
It's just hard. It's kind of like
shout out Trevor, man. Shout out Trevor.
He's been great, dude. He's been great.
God, if
you play
only
Pittsburgh
would've
at some
lost
point,
that
bro, if you play Pittsburgh at some point, I will be in the pool, dude. I'll be down there in the fucking pool, dude.
Will you walk to the game?
I mean, look, exactly. That's getting close to you having to root for them. If that got to that point, you would have to. 'Cause then you would really be nervous if the Steelers won that game.
Denver versus Jacksonville, I'm kind of down the middle on that thing. Honestly, I am. I'm sorry.
Revenge.
Reed. No, I'm down the middle. Like I really don't care. You know, there's a team that
yeah.
I don't hate or love more. You know.
I mean, and then we would have to go back to Denver. I mean, we've been there, done that. We've done that.
But you haven't done it twice.
Walk in your trap, take over your trap. You know?
Can you take over their trap twice?
Oof.
Got to know.
They
Time will
updated the
tell.
camera system, dude.
One game at a time. We worried about bison burgers this weekend. That's what we were.
Bison burgers. That's
Forever.
pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll have. Hey, why don't we get bison burgers on the live stream?
Let's do it. You want some Jaguar
Nope,
patties too?
I don't. I think that might be illegal.
The third game in the AFC wild card, we've got the Chargers and the Patriots. Patriots are 3.5-point favorites. That's a Sunday night game.
You better believe I'm going to have a million teasers tied to the Bills, though. This is a teaser game. Right now, the line, actually, this morning, the line moved a little bit. It was a pick 'em last night, and it ticked to Buffalo's side.
Want me to help you just win some money?
Dog, I've been winning money for 3 years. I don't need your help at all. I'm one of the best pickers in the media,
bro.
When it comes to against the spread, our group is.
Do you read the Green Light newsletter?
Well,
Jags money line.
You're the newest Kingston, where you just write something in a
Jags,
newsletter, and
Jags money line,
and then
for the past 8 weeks has been money,
yeah, but
bro.
betting with your heart well because your team happens to be good one year is not like all of a sudden like you're a sharp.
Isn't it? I never claimed to be a sharp.
Nor did I. But you're talking to me like I'm not making any money, player.
I just want to help you.
I flew private to LA on my last year's winnings. Do the math. And now you're gonna tell me that's too braggadocious or something. It'd be humble.
No, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? I can't win in this motherfucker. All right, let's get to the next thing.
Next thing.
Don't come at my side gig, bro. My family depends on me.
Chargers, Patriots. Patriots 3.5-point favorites Sunday night.
Chargers, Patriots. This is gonna be a good football game, dude. You think about what the Chargers do; they make you earn it. I think like Drake May, he's got all the highlight reel throws down the field, but he also has a lot of really smart football plays. You talk about like check downs and that sort of thing. Milton Williams' return makes a big difference. Okay, so we've seen the way their pass rushes look without him. With him on the field, what was the quick pressure number that you pulled up, Noel?
27%, third in the league with Milton Williams in the lineup.
So they can get fucking pressure on you quick. 5-0 in primetime this year. The Chargers, I think they're undefeated in primetime.
Wow.
And that's a primetime game. They're all primetime games when you're playing the playoffs. But I think this is going to be a hell of a football game. And I think for the Patriots, with all the distractions they've had, to come out yesterday and look like an adult football team, very well coached. These are two alpha males right here on each sideline. I can't wait for Harbaugh and Vrabel. Both these teams pride themselves in being physical and being nasty. I don't really know how to handicap this game. I think the Pats are favored by, I want to say 3?
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
This is the most interesting game, I think, in the AFC, in the wild card slot for the AFC, because it's like exactly what you said, Chris. In my mind, you got two coaches that are kind of hard asses that have been there before, coached successfully on different teams, but also played in the NFL and know what it takes to create a winning culture. And at the same time, you have two young quarterbacks. It feels like a changing of the guard a little bit for the premier quarterbacks in the AFC. It's like, hey, this is no more fucking Patty Mahomes in the playoffs. We got Drake May, we got Justin Herbert. I feel like this is going to be an AFC matchup in the playoffs that's going to kind of maybe be one of those Chiefs-Bills type vibe. I think it's going to be they want to do the same kind of thing, exactly like what you're just saying. One thing that I'm a little bit hesitant of is the Patriots not having been super tested during the regular season, and then all of a sudden it's playoff time. But like you said, they played well yesterday. And then this fucking Chargers are still so banged up, man. Think about their O-line against the Texans or whatever it was a couple weeks ago. I'm just worried about their health as a team, honestly.
No question. I thought yesterday was interesting saying, hey, we're not going to play our guys because we don't want to play the Jags. I think, we'd rather play the team that didn't dust us off midseason. We'd rather take the 7 seed and just go play the Pats. Because honestly, they do match up better against the Pats than the Jags. And you beat the brakes off them. Now, I don't think it's that ugly when you play them again. I mean, you can't expect to be.
Trip, like you said, that trip. Either way, it's still a long trip.
It's a long trip. Okay, so I look at this game and I feel like, do you think the Chargers are going to abandon the run game? We were talking about this on the way over. I still think they run the ball a little bit. They try to establish it, but it's going to be hard.
I think Milton Williams changes things. I think on both sides, just with both the offenses being so quarterback performance reliant, it's a protect and affect game. Protect the passer. Obviously, the Pats getting Will Campbell back is huge for them, but protect the passer, affect the passer. I think pressure rate's going to be a big indicator at the end of the game.
And the one thing that the Chargers have that they don't is a Derwin James. And so it'd be really interesting to see how he's employed. It's going to be really interesting to see how aggressive they want to be with him. I think when you look at the Chargers, they got some fucking stud backers, man. Stud backers. The middle of the field is an area that's going to be hard to own if you're New England. Obviously you like throwing the ball to your backs out of the backfield. You talk about the way the Pats have checked it down to guys like Travion Henderson and had huge plays off of those things. Mm-hmm. And so the one thing that the Chargers are going to do is keep the ball in front of them again. So it kind of becomes a thing where it's like, hey, you're a rookie, not a rookie quarterback. This is your first year in the playoffs. Okay, you've arrived. You're an MVP possibly of the league, and I think he should be the MVP because if we're playing it hey, at the end of the season, we were going to say, hey, is Matt Stafford going to go out and win it? Well, I think he lost it on Monday night against the Falcons. Schedule be damned. I think he's the MVP, Drake May. Okay, especially if you consider the fact that their win total was 5.5 or something like that. They had some, or no, it was a little higher, 8, 9.
I think it was less.
8.5.
8.5.
Oh,
8.5.
Oh, okay.
8.5. No, they weren't supposed to be here, man. And this is what coaching does. This is what the quarterback does growing up here, and I think it's what Josh McDaniels does. It's a big. He's been here a million times, dude. That's the secret weapon in this whole thing. Is Josh? As bad as people think he was as a head coach, he's a fucking secret weapon as an OC. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna have a great game plan.
Spillane's supposed to be back, right?
Spillane,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Spillane is a big.
Yeah.
If he's not on the field,
I think
they look way different.
They look totally different.
I don't know. We'll see. This is going to be a hell of a game. I do think if the Chargers can find a way to win this game and have to go to Denver, I think they can win that game. And I think Cowboy knows that. I'm not saying that that's not some hot take.
No. Yeah.
So they're a win away from feeling like they're a win away, which is a kind of weird thing to say, but it's like, there are paths that are untenable for them. The best thing they can hope is that their bad matchups get knocked off and they end up in a game where it's like, man, and for Herbert, you got to put that shit in the past, man. They blew a huge lead down in Jacksonville a few years back. And, they got pummeled by Houston last year. Mm-hmm. And so, you are a game away from being 0-3 in the playoffs. And everybody's going to say mean things about you. And, everybody's going to say, see, I told you he's not that good. But much like some of the other teams that maybe aren't supposed to be here, I think considering their roster the way it is, they're not necessarily supposed to be here. So it's impressive they are. I think they can win this game. But, man, Josh McDaniel against Jesse Minter, who's a hell of a play caller. He's auditioning to be a head coach. This is the matchup to me. So.
He said those Zoom meetings are going to start this week for him. Jesse Minter did for those head coaching jobs.
I do not think Trevor Lawrence deserves MVP over Drake May, Tales of Weed Smoker. I do not. But I'm not talking shit. I just think like he's got a lot more to work with.
No, yeah. I don't.
He's got a lot more to work with.
I don't think that either.
Yeah. He's got 38 total touchdowns this year. That's more than Drake. This is like an Eagles graphic. Okay. So
moving on. BetMGM, we want to say hi.
Oh, yeah, we do. I love saying hi to BetMGM. They said hi. You remember these futures last night? This holiday season, Mondays aren't just about wrapping up the weekend slate. They're about unwrapping a pro football same-game parlay boost token with BetMGM. Here's how to get in on the action. Add a same-game parlay wager for tonight's game to your bet slip. Activate your boost token. If your wager hits, you'll enjoy extra winnings if in unrestricted bonus dollars. The perfect gift to yourself this season. And if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, don't miss out on the holiday magic. Use bonus code GREENLIGHT and you'll get up to a $1,500 new player offer on your first wager. BetMGM, make it legendary. Yeah, make it legendary, guys. Make it legendary.
A game that we saw on Saturday, Bucks-Panthers. Bucks won that one, but they find themselves sitting at home this playoff season.
Yeah, this game was awful. It really was. It was very fitting that this game almost decided the NFC South, but it didn't decide.
Pissing rain in a piss-filled NFC South. Just no one wants to go to the playoffs.
The Panthers are now the first team to have a losing record and make the playoffs twice.
Wow, I was going to stop you right there because the Seahawks did it the year they knocked us out. It was 2-7-9 teams.
Giants have done it. Seahawks have done it. The Bucks. So one team, because the Bucks have also done it. One team was going to be the first team to do it twice between the Bucks and the Panthers.
The Bucks are a disappointment, man. I still think their roster, at least on paper in the preseason, looked really good. Combination of injuries, and I think the biggest ones being Baker's injuries, which you can say, hey, those are excuses or whatever, but it's real. But they didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve it the way they played. They waited too long to play their ass off. They played with a different intensity week 18, when they knew it was on the line. They should have played that way against Miami. They should have played that way in any number of games. They didn't play that way. This is another thing where I'm like, hey, I know Todd Bowles might not – it sounds like they might not make a change, but, it can't be every week a different position group that you're like, well, they fucked up. They need to play better. They need to play better. Eventually you're like, well, who's the one coaching the team? And who's the one coaching the defense? Because the defense kind of fell off a cliff. Now, there were some things personnel-wise, and I think Light's awesome, but, where they sat pat at the midpoint, didn't make any trades. Losing Cansey, I think, really hurt him. But basically what happened in this game is it doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they won the football game and still didn't make the playoffs. The one thing I will say is this, and, had they made the playoffs and, say, Carolina was going home, I do think, and this isn't anchor bias, what do they say? Anchoring bias, that type of thing. Like, I'd tell you, if I was crazy and some Bryce Young stan, I'd say, hey, extend him. I need a max deal for this guy. He doesn't need a max deal. I think he would tell you he needs to prove it another year. But I do think he showed you enough in that game. And I know some people are going to say, well, it's fucking, they got 7 points at the end of the football game. They ain't working with much. Okay. They're not. Okay. I mean, you can tell me Coker's fun. You can tell me Leggette's funny. You can tell me that, Ted McMillan's a good player, which he is. I mean, he's an offensive rookie of the year candidate. But they don't have like a full deck. And
they've got a number one, but not an arsenal.
They don't have an arsenal. So it becomes very easy to take away the one guy that can really play outside. And when you've got to throw the ball to guys like Xavier Legette in crunch time in the rain, it's not a pretty sight. And when the run game dries up for that team, it's really ugly. I judge the guy off the throws. And, he threw one bad pick. So did Baker. Baker's going to have a job next year. I thought he outplayed Baker all year. And meanwhile, Baker's the guy now. His cast of characters rotating, and I have a lot of empathy for Baker from that respect. But, like, Bryce Young, when he throws the football, it's where it needs to be a lot of the time. And the quality of some of those throws late in the game, and also his ability to handle pressure, it made me pretty optimistic about his future watching him this year. And I think, picking up his option is a totally logical thing to do. And you can argue with somebody on a message board, but I'm just telling you, the alternative is what? He played you into a situation where in a quarterback draft that's not worth reaching for somebody in the top 3, in my opinion, you're actually like, you're going to be picking in the middle of the deal. And this is another team that is a year ahead. And you're a year ahead. Tell me why the team's a year ahead. I give the defense a lot of props. But I also give the quarterback some props. And they're going to be in the playoffs, and I think the Rams are going to beat them. I do. I think that first game, it came down to turnovers. And you can't bank on having the Rams turn the ball over that many times. I think it also came down to being really nails, 3rd and 4th down conversions. What comes up must come down. Rams are 10-point favorites. I'm not convinced that's not the wrong number. And that's a sobering thing to hear. I think the defense has played above itself. I think the offense has played above itself. I think it's a really well-coached football team. But the one thing I will tell you coming out of that game, that Dave Canales call on the fucking the flea flicker in the monsoon, that's like not a fireable offense, but it's bad. Somebody needs to slap his wrist.
That was bad ball.
That was bad ball. So
most critical moment of the most critical moment of the most critical game of your season, and you go with that. That was crazy.
How many games did the Panthers win this year?
8.
8. Yeah. Somebody in the chat asked if he could win 12 games. They don't think so. Look around. Anybody winning 12 games is on the strength of the team. I know the person asking, he's a Ravens fan. The team wasn't very good this year. Y'all didn't win 12 games. I think it is about the team construction in the NFL. I think that's been proven over and over again. There are certain classic quarterbacks. I'm not putting them in that class, no question. But there's 4 or 5 guys on any given year that are like that dude, and then everybody else is at the mercy of, to different degrees, their surroundings. And I think Bryce is one of those guys. I think he can be a 8 to 15 type quarterback. That to me is where he is, and that can win you a Super Bowl if you construct the roster properly. I do think so. But at this point, like, you're just putting one foot in front of the other if you're Carolina. Like, what do you do after you make the playoffs when your win total's 6 games? You don't say, hey, let's find a new quarterback. I don't think. I think you pick up his option, figure it out, give him 1 year to really say, hey, we're in phase. Remember at the beginning of this season, you were like, who are their edge rushers? Yeah, there's no names on this defense. J.C. Horn and Derek Brown, Pro Bowl snub. There's Mike Jackson. They got some good players, but Ivero did a great job with the scheme.
Yeah, they finished the regular season 31st in pressure rate.
Yeah.
Some pass rush in a bad way, just as much as they need the weapons offensively.
They need the weapons.
What say you, Chris Long? Off-season of training.
Ooh.
Go down and play for your childhood
My
team.
childhood team, they're going to have to put grass on the field. Are they a turf team now? Going to have to put grass on the field.
They got grass down there.
They have grass now?
Yeah.
It's funny. You watch him.
He'll play in Charlotte.
Boy, you would be coaching you. Imagine.
Canales?
No.
Bates.
Oh, Bates. Yeah, I go from me being Bates' big brother to him yelling at me. Because I'd probably be on field goal protection. They'd be like, come down and pass rush, and they just put me on the worst special teams. Get Bates screaming at me. No, yeah, Mellow at the Dot said, I'm also a Lions fan. Thank you very much. He got a side team. This is my kind of guy. You got side teams, dude. Oh, it's tough, man, because I got side teams too, as you know. I'm a big side team guy. Yeah, I just don't know if see, they are a turf team. They rip the grass out, guys. Thank you, chat. So I don't know. I think the Rams really do. The Rams match up better than you think coming out of a game where they lost that thing. I think this. I hate to say it's kind of like lambs to the slaughter, and the Rams are pissed off too. Rams are pissed off too. They haven't finished the season the way they want to finish the season. Devontae Adams is going to be back. Lake's going to be back.
That's huge.
Just heard that this morning. That's huge. So, yeah, this one people are kind of overlooking it. I hope it's a game. I hope the Prince makes it a game. But this would be the Cinderella story of all Cinderella stories, because this team's not really supposed to be in the playoffs. Honestly, you could make a case for any of the NFC South teams like being dangerous, and like I would say the Panthers respectfully are like kind of the least dangerous team of all those teams in the playoffs. Like if you stuck the Falcons in the playoffs, you'd be like, fuck, man. Like they create a lot of pressure. Like some of the best quarterbacks in the league have really struggled against them. Stafford, Allen, guys like that have had really rough games against this group. They got one of the best ball carriers in the game, running back or wide receiver, Bijan Robinson. The Saints. Now the Saints. I watched that game Sunday. I bet the Saints in the second half plus a half point. That Tyler Shuck drive at the end of the game, he's leading absolutely nobody down the field respectfully. Like Estime, Pettis, guys like that. Like, I think that New Orleans team needs to build around that quarterback.
Hell yeah.
And honestly, I feel more confident. You know how I'm like, I've been like Team Bryce and everything. I think Shuck's pretty good. I think Shuck's pretty damn good. I do. So the point is, you kind of put this NFC South to bed. Each team has reason for optimism in the future, right? The Bucs, because they are the Bucs.
Is Shuck going to win Rookie of the Year?
Offensive Rookie of the Year, probably give it to Dart after his performance the other day.
Dart?
Yeah.
Or was it between him, Dart, and Tet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be Tet or it could be Dart, and I think defensively it should be Imanwari.
Tet is? Oh, wow.
And what's Dart? Plus 2,000. Really? Yeah. So Tet's running away with it.
So that's good for you too, right?
Why?
Like, because you fuck with Bryce.
I do fuck with Bryce.
Tet can't win that without Bryce, right?
No, you're right. You're right about that. But I kind of look at the defense, and it's a lot easier for me. Is Imanwari the leader in the clubhouse?
Yeah, Schweisinger's minus 700.
I'm sorry, bullshit.
Imanwari's plus 500.
Bro, there's no fucking way. I think Schweisinger's incredible. I think he's a great player. That Imanwari guy.
Pierce should be up there too, right?
Pierce had 10 sacks, dude. So that's another thing. The Falcons, they fired Raheem Morris, right? Mm-hmm. That kind of was, not shocker, but you're like.
And GM Terry Fontenot.
And the GM.
Yep.
It's going viral. The hug of death.
What to me the guy that, like, it's a real shame if they let Jeff Ulbrich walk. Like, I know that the new guy's probably going to bring his guys, but I thought Jeff Ulbrich did a great job this year. And honestly, maybe they look at him. Maybe they have a guy in mind. I don't know. But, like, the way they finished the season, they did have some fucking momentum. Mm-hmm. This team was close to being a 10-win team. And, again, kind of scary. If they could nail the quarterback thing, again, Mike Tomlin. But it'd be pretty scary.
You would go. They should hire defensive on the defensive side of the ball, right? whether it's Ulbrich or
I want to sit in the meetings. I want to be like
Shula.
Cam Ward. I want to sit in the meetings. I want to know. This isn't one that I like. In Baltimore, I feel like, hey, if you can go get B-Flow, I'm like, yeah, go do that. You know who I'm really into lately? And I talked about him for a while yesterday on the live stream. Is the fucking Indiana coach, Sig.
Yeah.
If I was an NFL coach, if I was an NFL, GM or front office, I'd be throwing the bag at that guy.
You'd be paying that $15 million buyout.
I'd be paying the buyout. No problem.
No problem.
I'm Arthur Blank.
Yeah. He wins. Google him.
Bro, that guy
You think that translates?
I think that usually I'm very skeptical of college coaches.
Yeah.
I feel like he has the emotional intelligence that it takes to be a pro coach. When I heard him talk about not wasting people's time, I was like, bro, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, he's a dog, man.
Yeah.
Now, again, like, there's a million candidates, hot names and OCs and, DCs and that sort of thing you got to get through. But I wanted to take a minute to talk about Cignetti. Saints, again, like Kellen Moore figuring out how to coach this young rookie quarterback, 27 years old. And Brandon Staley, retread, doing a good job with the defense. I want to shout out Chase Young, 10 sacks.
Some people's preseason defensive player of the year.
Yeah, that was funny.
Who's?
Make
Was he?
Remember?
That is funny. Because all of a
yeah.
sudden, if they're 13-3, he might have 15 of those things.
Right.
It's the way this thing works. So, anyways, I think all the NFC South teams, as bad as it was this year, they all have reasons to be excited about the future. And one of the reasons they play in the NFC South.
Was it Sig's finger point at Pat McAfee was also something that the guy you used
What
to
did he
get?
do?
Yeah. Look.
Oh, that's a good finger point. That's a real good finger point. I love the fact that he wears a Q-zip with no shirt on underneath. This guy's awesome. You know how all college football coaches make me feel like they're snake oil salesmen? And y'all know what I'm talking about in the chat. Like, I just don't trust them. Like, for college football coach, for you to get into college football, like, you want to be a king. Like, if you want to be a head coach in college football, it's about control to me. It's hard for me to convince. Like, PJ Fleck, no offense. Like, Beau's nodding his head. I saw Beau's face. I thought
that's a perfect example, dude. It's like how you can't trust a politician because they're just so, narcissistic and self-interested. That's kind of, I feel like, the Venn diagram of
politicians and college football coaches. And PJ Fleck's not the only one. A guy got a long list of them, but Sig, to me, and I'm talking about a guy that when I heard him say Google me, I was like, get a load of this fucking guy. But ever since, Google him. Like, he is just a dog, bro.
He took a bunch of JMU transfers and beat the dog out of Alabama.
The no shirt under the quarter zip thing, that's an all ball move.
That's all ball.
I love that. Yeah, that's a coach move.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Somebody said Chris is high saying Zay Flowers isn't one of those dudes. It's like saying Will Anderson isn't one of those dudes. Brother, you're high. And I just wanted to highlight your terrible comparison, an accusation that I smoked this morning, which I didn't. That's terrible. What a terrible take. Oh, he's got a lot of receiving yards. Cool. You know who had a bunch of tackles this year? Devin White. You just compared him to Will Anderson? Ask around, dude. Ask around. Do that. Ask around. Ask around. Well, you can't because you don't know anybody, but ask around. Okay. Seriously, kill him, chat. Just fucking kill him. Throw him outside.
Get him.
Throw him outside. I can throw my minions, my locals on you. Somebody break a pool stick over that guy's back, figuratively. Now you can't leave. Oh, I'm not going to be nice if you tell me I'm high when I'm not. It's one of my pet peeves. Not going to be nice. All right. So, anyways, Bucks, Panthers, we'll see. Seahawks and Niners. I promise you, Seattle fans, because you guys are starting to get sometimes Seattle fans, man, you don't know who's on your side. I'm on your side. I've been on your side all year. Picture to win the division. Name on one hand probably the national media people that did that. I know Beau's one of them, obviously. But
yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. I mean, I've been a big Seahawks stan all season, Chris, and I wish you would have been also.
Anyways, So I just this was the reason I gave out the Seahawks was because at least in part of the injuries. I mean, like Trent being down, Kittle being down, Pearsall being down, like and also
Kittle made it back for the game, but
Kittle limping out there. Like I gave him out on Thursday, or I was on vacation. I caught some flack for giving him out. Gave him out when they played the Rams the first time. They covered actually. Gave him out the second time. They won. The Seahawks are legit, dude. They're a football team. They're the classic. Hey, the quarterback you could be nitpicky about, but it is about the team, right? So the quarterback's going to be a bit of a time bomb in the playoffs, and I thought he played pretty well in this game. Like, as much as I came out of the game and said, hey, man, like Sam Darnold, that's the kind of game that's going to keep you from beating the allegations. There's still little things like throwing a hospital ball, staring down JSN at the pylon, like staring him down. He's got a THC. I might try that too in a second. The 1st and 1 down there in the goal line before they don't pick it up, like you got to be fast to the flat there. There's a couple little nitpicky things, right? Like, and history tells me that like, hey, he's got to prove it in the playoffs. But if they can run the ball like that, which they did a very good job of in this game. Now I know San Francisco's defense isn't very good, right? It's one of the reasons the Eagles might be actually pretty excited about this matchup. I thought their tight ends, the receivers blocked their asses off in this game. I thought they did a good job of getting little man indicators, pre-snap motion, that type of thing. You saw like on that touchdown, nub side, safety gets a little heavy on tight end. It's a great bounce from Charbonnet, great vision. They're doing things schematically. I think Clint Kubiak is like a legit OC, dude. I think probably a future head coach. I really do. Not knowing him, he might be a wet blanket. I don't know. But schematically, I think he's done a great job there. Charbonnet, stud. Kenneth Walker, stud. He plays like that, stud. I thought the screen game was good. Really nothing to report from this game that I didn't already know about this team. People were like, oh, why don't you break it down last night? There's really not a lot to break down here other than the defense is just suffocating. Those guys rushed together really well. Nolan made a point about the pre-snap disguises in this game, bunch of different ways to get to different coverages. Mike McDonald's one of those dudes. I mean, he legitimately is. And he's got these guys playing great. And if you know anything about playing in Seattle, it is a motherfucker. So they lock up the 1 seed. I saw some crazy stat. Every time they've had the 1 seed, they've gone to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Seahawks have.
Yo, because you got to think about it. It's far travel. Like, you might get lucky with that terrible weather that you're used to.
That's right.
Teams that other teams aren't. But I just feel like, too, like depending on what team you are, having to go across country or that long flight and time difference and when are we playing and sleeping and being rested, that whole thing can definitely be a factor.
And the noise. I'm just telling you, this place is next level. I mean, it is. You can't hear anything up there. And so this is going to be a hell of a place to have home field advantage. Obviously, they get the bye, which is huge for a quarterback that's a little variable. Like, it's kind of like the less games he plays, the better. It's not a secret. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, like, teams have strengths and weaknesses, dude. Like, he's a strength, but he also has some weaknesses, right? I think, he's obviously got great arm talent. I think Bradford might get you beat at some point. Like, I worry about Bradford, and that's nothing new to Seattle fans, but, like, you get one of these teams that's really creative with their middle pressures or dominant inside, could be a bad matchup. You think about the Eagles going to Seattle, that could be a 10-3 game. Like, and it could go either way. Honestly. So they're the type of team that can beat anybody and they can get beat by almost anybody. They're in a dogfight with the Panthers in Carolina 2 weeks ago. So, like Seattle earned it, fucking hell of a team, could win the whole thing, could also be one and done. Teams get rusty off buys. So, I thought the 3rd and 17 was a bad backbreaker for San Francisco. At that point, it's late in the third, you're up a touchdown. And 3rd and 17, you run the football, you pick up the first down. So that was a bad deal. But look at JSN blocking. Look at Bobo blocking on that play. Might have tripped somebody that play, not to be the police, but I don't know if anybody saw that on the TV copy. But the thing that impressed me about Sam's day was they have the ball backed up 10 minutes to go, and you need a drive. you can't go 3 and out. You're up 10, I think, or something at that point, or I don't know what the score was. I think it was 13-3 at that point. And you take the ball for 8 minutes and drive the ball down the field and flip the field. Unless I missed something. I was kind of in a haze.
It was 13-3 at that point.
13-3, and I think they had like an 8-minute drive.
Yep.
So that to me is like that's the type of stuff you need. That was an adult win from them. And, it's not style points with this Seattle team. It really isn't. And it wasn't style points all the time with the Legion of Boom, dude. It wasn't always. That defense was dominant. This defense is pretty damn good. They're right up there with that group. Different, but right up there.
You and Beau have talked about that the Eagles Super Bowl team, how close you guys were, how much fun you guys have. After the game, defensive tackle Leonard Williams said, "This is the closest team I've ever been on in big games, critical moments. Doubt leaves the room because we know each other so well." It seems like they're set up like those close-knit teams, which you guys have talked about before, are set up really well for a deep playoff run.
Dude, I think all these teams, it's the invisible thing that you can't see, right? Like, you just don't know. Mm-hmm. You can hear about it. Like, you might see guys making plays and mugging each other up and having a good time on the field and be like, oh, that team's close. But, like, the door's closed and they're leaving the building. They're not hanging out, or, they're just tight when the times are good. Like, there's some of these teams that have that special thing about them. And I don't know what it is. When in 17, I think Seattle has this same thing where they don't have a lot of stars. We didn't have a lot of stars, dude, in 17. Like, we really didn't. Who were the stars of that team?
AJ.
Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox, Alshon.
But Alshon wasn't. Alshon was a great player.
Yeah,
but he wasn't a star.
We play indoors.
I'll never forget.
That's a good point.
I said that. Man, I don't want to bring this up, but but who were the stars on that team? You know what I'm saying? Like the star of the team.
Beau Allen.
The star of the team was the star of the team. Yeah, the star of the team is Fletcher Cox, and Fletcher Cox is like a 1990s player, dude. He just wants to dominate people, have gap integrity, reset the line of scrimmage, and go sit in a deer stand, dude. He's like he's just a dude. And I think like the Seahawks, man, like look at the guys they brought in. Who are their best players? JSN's a young player. I haven't heard him puff his chest out once until Lenore wanted him one-on-one after the game, and he was like, you could almost see he like had planned it, but he was like, I got to get this out. He was like, I can't reach out to all my fans.
Oh, I love that.
And good for him because, to be a receiver in the National Football League, you got to have some shit to you anyways. But like Darnold had to reinvent himself. Like, outside of those guys, you bring in Tank Lawrence, who's not a star, a great player in this league for a long time, a pass rusher's favorite pass rusher. Leonard Williams, underrated, great player in this league for a long time. You got Murphy, Ernest Jones, who's happy to be there, right? Like, you've got guys in the secondary, Witherspoon, who I've never heard talk. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he talks a lot. I've just never heard him talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go up and down the line, like, this team is about the team.
They do have a He-Man.
He-Man Warrior. Yeah. And I see him talking out there, and I like him a lot, dude. He's a fucking dog. He is people say they were calling him Demon Warrior.
Which is sick.
Like, somebody said Zach Ertz was a star. Yeah, he was a star. You're right.
I think with the Seattle team.
Yeah, Jenkins, you're right. You're right. We had some stars, but these guys weren't like, we didn't have the personalities where guys were like going to be infighting or, you never went. I'm not taking shots at the current team, but what I am saying is like, you never heard about anything like that. Cause like, what were any of us going to do? We didn't have the leverage. You could say Brooks was a star. He's one of the best guards in the league. You could say Lane was a star. He's one of the best tackles in the league, but like, those aren't like superstar positions. Like it's just not, we were not a star-studded team. We had a lot of very good players, good roster. So anyways.
All pros that season, Kelsey, Lane, Fletch, Carson Wentz. So 3 of them in the trenches.
Yes. And Kelsey wasn't a star yet. Kelsey was a Philly star, but like people around the league they knew Kelsey was great, but like we kind of snuck up on people. Seattle's the same way. I'm sure some people took Seattle to be a 3rd team in the NFC West. Some people probably picked them 4th. A lot of people probably didn't have them in the playoffs. Look at them, number 1 seed. So the coming from nowhere, relatively speaking, is kind of a superpower for a team. That's just my take.
Is there a team for the Seahawks that you think they would most want to see and also most not want to see?
Yeah, I don't think – I kind of think – I think I don't think they want to see San Francisco again because I think San Francisco healthy is different. If Fred Warner's back in a game, like Fred Warner can swing a game pretty substantially. I don't know if they feel very good about the Rams matchup. Both those Rams matchups, like they turned the ball over a fuck ton in the first one. Still almost beat them. You could look at that as like being really positive, but look at all the things that had to happen in the last one for them to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy as a clam. I bet the Seahawks that night, but I didn't deserve to win that game. I didn't deserve to cash out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I looked at that game as being like, man, they kind of got like, I'm not saying they didn't deserve to win it, but some things had to go right. Some very fluky things had to go right for them to win that game. You know, and that's what happens, though, when you play in Seattle. Fluky things happen in that stadium, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking onside kick against Green Bay, the replacement refs thing. I could count on 2 hands the number of things that, like, I look back at our games up there, and we lost 7 in a row up there, and every game it was like something happened where you're like, these guys have a horseshoe jam so far up their ass.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is when you play in that stadium. So
they will see either, depending on who wins, the Panthers, the Rams, the Niners, or Bucks. They split their series with the Rams and Niners this year. They've defeated Carolina in Week 17 and haven't played the Packers this season. Okay,
so again, profiling this team can beat anybody, can win the Super Bowl, but can lose to almost anybody. You know, and then on the other side of things, you have the Niners who, you know, they lose this game, they draw the Eagles, which is a tough draw. I mean, that's a tough draw for them. I also think like a lot's going to be made of what the Eagles did yesterday. What do you guys think about that? Because I got a take. I was bending Nolan's ear on the way over about it, but
I can start on this.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
interesting. I think you're talking about as far as resting starters.
Yes.
Right? I think it's the right move. I mean, and again, I was at this game. I didn't really talk to any of the players or anything about this, but I think there's a little bit of hindsight that is clouding some people's judgment on this, in my opinion. I actually feel a lot better about the 49ers draw than, you know, maybe certainly the Rams. So that worked out well. But, you know, you're a head coach. You're going into Week 18. Your playoff seeding is locked. It's out of your control, right? Like this game is dependent on a Lions-Bears game that you have no impact on. Like it's the same exact time as you. You can't really monitor it in real time and make adjustments based on, you know, what is going on in that game. So it's like, yeah, just rest your guys, get them ready, and you know, keep everyone protected. Keep your critical guys protected from injury. And I mean, that's basically what happened. I mean, you saw kind of a scary Calcaterra injury, and I think he's going to be all right. But like, it's outside of your control. There's nothing you can do. So I think it's the right move. I don't know. What do you think, Chris?
I think coming in, my take was this: you if you're going to play the starters, you play them, you get them out real quick. You get a lead, you get them out. If you don't want to play the starters, I get that, right? Because in recent history, like, look, didn't they do this? And A.J. Brown got hurt a couple years ago in Week 18. Like, wasn't that a thing
like
going in the? I'll give you guys time to check my work.
The 2023 season, 2024 against the Giants.
A.J. Brown suffered a knee injury in the Philadelphia Eagles Week 18 game, January 2024 against the Giants, though it wasn't considered serious, leading him to miss the wild card playoff game against Tampa Bay. He wasn't the difference in that game. They just got their asses kicked. But if something like that had happened in this game, like they kept Smitty in a little long to get him 1,000 yards, right? Like to me, that's the stuff that I'm like, all right, well, this doesn't really square. Now, I think the reason that
actually, Chris, before you move on from that, like I get what you're saying. You're like, what's the point of the Smitty thing is what I'm saying. Fucking cocksucker. I don't even remember what the fuck I was trying to say. Oh yeah, so like you're like, why would you leave Smitty in to get him, his 1,000-yard season? I think that's one of those things where Smitty was likely had a conversation, with Nick or whomever about wanting to stay in and get that 1,000-yard season. Maybe he's got some incentives or whatever. And probably the similar kind of dialogue was had between the key leaders, the vets on that team. Like, do you guys want to play? Like, how do you want to approach this? That's what I kind of think.
Yeah, no, and you might be right. My whole thing is this: number one, if you're gonna sit the offensive line, okay, does the offensive line need a rest? Absolutely. Do you need to sit the offensive line? Absolutely. Would you play Jalen Hurts behind that shitty offensive line? And no disrespect to the depth guys, I'm saying no, that's a hazard to your starting quarterback. You also need to rest Jalen Hurts so you can burn the ships, and by that I mean run the football with the quarterback. Because that's what it's going to take in this year's playoffs. And do I think he can flip the switch and be the playoff Jalen we all know and love? Yeah, sure. I'll give him a year, right? Like, he deserves the grace to, go through one regular season where the plays up and down for the offense and say, all right, if you're going to turn it on in the playoffs, I'll believe you if you do it this year. But you got to do it. And so give him a rest. I think the alternate setup would have been playing the Packers, which would have been nice, especially because the Bears lost. You had a chance to be the 2 seed. But if you think about what the Eagles want, they need their offense to get going. And, certainly in a vacuum, you probably feel better about a matchup with the Packers. But if you don't get your offense going, which it didn't look great playing the Packers the first time. I know they had Micah Parsons. San Francisco is not great defensively. You love your matchups outside. There's no pass rush. Fred Warner said he's a game away. You need your offense to get going if you want to make a run. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what happens this week. You absolutely need to get that offense going. That's why it just comes down to the defense playing really well. We were talking about it on the way over, and Noel was like, how many points? How many points do you think it's going to take? I think the Niners can get into the 20s. I think when I think about the Eagles defense, you don't believe that. I think the Eagles defense is fucking great. I just think you guys are underestimating schematically. Look at that Chicago game. A lot of window dressing, a lot of moving parts before the snap, pre-snap, during the snap. Those linebackers were spinning, dude. Shanahan's that kind of guy. Yeah. You just can't expect for it to be a 10-7 game. So
no, I don't think it will be. But I think the defense matches up well against this offense. I think Vic's defensive structure matches up well against the Shanahan scheme.
Sure, but what you can't do is bank on them holding them to 10 points. If people think that's what it's going to be, I'm sorry. And you can't expect that to be that way every week. The offense has to.
If you can hold them to 24 points, you got to feel good.
Yes, that's kind of the range that I think it's going to. I think it's going to take 27 points to win this game. I think it's going to take 26 points to win this game. And that ain't a shot at our defense. I think our defense is fucking fantastic. But if Trent's up, that makes a big difference. Kittle's up, obviously. Pearsall, could he be up? You gotta limit the scrambles. That's what Seattle did well. They rushed together. I would expect a lot of window dressing. I would expect a lot of pre-snap motion. A lot of that stuff that Ben Johnson did. I think they're honing in on that type of stuff in the run game. And then gap scheme, right? Try to use Jalen and those guys' aggression against, trap these guys, throw the kitchen sink at them. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see the best game plan that anybody could draw up. And I think the Eagles' defense is good enough to limit them to low 20s, right? If anything south of that, fucking it's icing on the cake, right? I don't know what the weather's going to be like this weekend. But the offense has got to get going. I had you pull numbers on Jalen Hurts against solid tree defenses. What do we got?
Yeah, if you look at the last 3 years, it's basically like a 6-game sample size. Most of it's the Packers matchups under Jeff Hafley. There's a 2023 matchup against the Jets when Saleh was the head coach there. Also, Week 13 to 2023 with the Niners. They've kind of run that same system. And I also included Week 6 from last year against the Browns because Schwartz's defense is really similar. The system's very similar. and Jalen has been a 59% completion, 9 TDs, 5 picks, 7 turnover-worthy plays, 10 sacks, and a 91.5 rating over that sample.
Yeah, so
kind of a mixed bag.
Listen, I think the Eagles win this game. I like the Eagles in this game, and if they don't win this game, it's a problem, right? Like, I hate to hold them to that standard, but all we've heard all year is they'll get it right in the playoffs. If they don't get it right in the playoffs offensively, then absolutely, and people know this, something has to change offensively.
Yeah, I mean
that's almost a foregone conclusion, anyways.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
I mean, to your point, Chris, it's like if you can't score against this injury-depleted 49ers defense, like it is indicative of a much greater schematic problem. Like that's, it can't really get a clearer picture than that.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting to see. You've got the 49ers wide receiver room where Jennings is your one, and then you've got the Eagles secondary. Who's going to, because on paper it's like, okay, Eagles secondary, Mitchell's going to, he's going to have Jennings.
Do you consider Jennings the one?
Well, because Jennings, and then you got Pearsall, DeMarcus. I guess you don't really have, can you name a one from that group?
I don't think they really have a one. I would say Pearsall's closer to the one.
Kittle might be your
Kittle's
one.
Everything, man.
Yeah.
Kittle's everything because you talk about, we still got Epps playing safety, who's done a nice job, but he's still not, your guy, right? Quignon's going to erase whoever he matches up with. I think Cooper DeJean is huge in this game. When you talk about run fits, you're honestly getting the two Captain Americas little motherfuckers in the NFL, Christian McCaffrey and Cooper DeJean. Like, honestly, they're like gym rats on like mutant gym rats, dude. It's going to be fun to watch him fit up runs. Like, his eyes are going to be really important in this game, right? And I know I can feel it in the chat. There's a lot of it doesn't matter. We're it's the fucking playoffs, man. Like, you got to be concerned playing a Shanahan offense. There's a lot of, hey, they're going to score 7-10 points. I do think our offense are going to have to show up. 14-point game is not going to get it done. And if it does, great. I'll be a pig in shit. But I like a rock fight. But I just feel like you're going to have to get going offensively. And it's a good week to do it because you have the personnel advantage. There's no excuse for you not hitting 20 on this defense. You're at home. You got to take the air out of it early, right? Make the Niners one-dimensional. In that case, you can run away with it. But if the Niners are possessing the football, they're going 3 plays at a time, they got a good third down plan, you worry about that stuff. I did not love what I saw from the backers. When I look at the litmus test, and that was the Chicago game for me, it's just stuck in my head. So we'll
since Purdy returned from his big toe injury in Week 11, San Francisco is averaging 30 points per game. That's 4th in the NFL, and Purdy is a 73.6 QBR, which would rank 2nd if he had enough plays if he had played enough to qualify.
Purdy gonna do the Dougie on y'all.
He has been dug in, dude.
He has been dug in.
It makes me a little nervous because he actually looks cool doing it. Here's a guy this week. Here's a guy. Bryce Huff is going to be – his hair is going to be on fire. I don't know if that does anything for them, but, you talk about a revenge game. That guy had 0 sacks last year or whatever it was. They ran him out of town. His name's like a dirty word in Philly. And he's actually played pretty well in San Francisco. He's going to be playing for his life, dude. And Lane, I don't know if Lane's coming back this weekend. I don't know what the word is with that. But if Lane can make it back, that makes a big difference. That makes a big, big difference. So, But another reason they played Tanner McKee, they threw the ball 40-plus times. Don't you think they wanted to get out of there?
Yeah.
Why do you throw the ball 40-plus times? Number one, you want to get the kid some work just in case. Number two, you want the league to see him throw the football because he looks pretty fucking good throwing the football. Somebody might call you about Tanner McKee in a couple months. There's a reason they threw the ball a lot with him because Tank was looking pretty good out there, and Tank's the guy that we've been asking to get more touches. You got to be able to run the ball in San Francisco. That's San Francisco's Lane expected to return. San Francisco, which changes everything. San Francisco's defense their linebackers are fast flow. You watch that Seattle game, you can cut it back on these guys. You can get them running sideline to sideline. That's something that Patullo should be looking at this week when he dials up his run plan. The run game is going to be huge. I think this is a bad defense, but it's really hard if you can't run the football.
Do you think maybe that's why Tank didn't play the whole last 16, 17 minutes of the game? Because they were sitting up hey, we don't want anything maybe to happen.
Maybe so. I don't know. I can't speak for what Nick's thinking.
To your point about Tanner McKee, his contract is up. He's under contract through next season. So theoretically, this offseason probably would make the most sense for a move, because if you let him get to free agency,
nothing for
the
him.
Eagles aren't going to be the highest bidder, too.
No.
You view him as a backup, another team might view him as a bridge starter. So
I think somebody's looking at. I think the buzz in the building has always been that kid can really play.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what people think around the league. I'm pretty sure too. You obviously end up with the Bears loss yesterday. This was a major culture win for Dan Campbell. I think rightfully so. They've taken it on the chin late in the season about some of the games that they've lost and how they've lost them. This game, they kind of controlled the football for a lot of it, and I think not talking about the Lions as much, we can kind of dissect that team and put them to bed later this week. But I think the Bears are going to be drained. They could be one and done. I actually like the Packers this weekend because I think the Packers are going to be pissed off. They had no business losing that game in the second one. That was just epic meltdown, botched onside kick, whole thing. And the Bears, you look at their defense right now, if they don't get the turnovers, they got a turnover late in that game and had a shot at it with Byard. They're just not a scary group. Again, they're a year ahead of schedule. They are going to be playing at home. That's a big lift for them. That is a tough atmosphere, but they were on the field a fuck ton. They've been on the field a lot the last 2 weeks. I mean, they've been running ragged, and Detroit had the ball a lot. So I just kind of I think LaFleur, who some people think he's coaching for his job. He's going to have his best plan. And I think as a head coach, you go into that football game, and Chicago can kind of jam the ball down your throat a little bit. But no, he already took a THC Willie's remedy, so he didn't even hear me. How you doing over there?
I'm good.
Did it work already?
It's all right.
Yeah. Shout out to Willie Nelson.
Is that who this is? Willie?
Fuck yeah, dude. The GOAT.
It's weird. It's a drink, but it's making my mouth dry.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's because there's weed in it.
I need some of that. I'm dying over here. I'm about to go throw up, so you guys know.
Yeah, I got this. Don't worry. But the Eagles, the Eagles, we're talking about the Eagles again. I looked at my notes and said the Eagles. But I think this is just what the doctor ordered. You get a trilogy with these two teams. I don't think the Packers are necessarily going anywhere. They have had a couple weeks to adjust the whole Micah Parsons thing. I don't know what Hafley's got rabbit in the hat wise for the playoffs, but when you watch them, they're kind of trapped. They don't have the rush, man, and it sucks to say because I like some of them as rushers, but they just the sum of the parts doesn't add up,
mm-hmm.
and they don't have a Batman anymore. And Rashawn Gary, who I think is really solid. And Ekbare, who I think is really solid, they need somebody who can win rushes, no questions asked, and they don't have that person. But this is the type of game they can win, and I think the Bears are going to be a little worn out coming off these two games, and you could see it. Ben Johnson at the end of the game when C.J. Gardner-Johnson got hurt, he was just like fuck. Because he's looking at the scoreboard, and it really don't even need to be in the game anymore because at this point, the Eagles are about to lose to Washington. Another reason the Eagles probably suited to not play their guys, my wife pointed this out last night. She was just cooking dinner, kind of looking at the TV while I was over there with the kids. She goes, the Eagles went for 2 in the first matchup. Dan Quinn's probably out for blood. And I'm like, that's a really fucking good point. Honestly, that team's probably a little pissed off. And Frankie Louvu is out there doing questionable shit anyways. You really, somebody gets hurt in that football game. But Ben Johnson at the end of the game, looking at the Eagles game, still getting caught up in the, hey, we want to beat my old boss. and losing C.J. Gardner-Johnson at the end of that thing is, you know, who's been really good for them since he showed up. So bad vibes going into the playoffs for both these teams a little bit, and we'll see. We will see.
You were talking about the Packers defense in the post Micah Parsons world, specific to this matchup. Beau was talking about this a couple weeks ago with the Bears offense, the bread and butter being play action and outside zone. In the last 3 weeks without Micah Parsons, Packers have really struggled with those two concepts. They're 23rd in success rate allowed against outside zone and 21st in success rate allowed against Pat. So
no bueno.
They're not fitting up those two concepts very well.
They're going to have to score, which is, you know, honestly goes back to the whole LaFleur, let's get fucking aggressive thing that I've been banging that drum. You know, let's get aggressive. Take some shots. You know, and let Jordan Love eat. I know Toyotathon is over officially, but you know, he should be well rested. The fucking guy sat there the whole game with his helmet on yesterday on the sideline. It looked like he was like, he looked so mad watching. I can't fucking get this guy's name right. The
Clayton Tune. We're gonna get you a jersey.
Former Cardinals quarterback. Dude, if you had the Packers win total. Like, it was cruel to have one eye on that game. It was like, they could do it because Minnesota's so bad. Speaking of Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy leaves the game with a hand again, the same hand. It's like, damn, you can't even get a good look at the guy.
Mm-mm. And you could tell how gutty he was high-fiving dudes with his left hand coming off the field, and he was like, I'm sorry, man. I'm fucking, you know, he was pissed.
And dudes were just walking.
Dudes were just walking.
So, so you've got that. We already talked about Rams Panthers. We've kind of done the whole slate here. This is it, guys. You wait months. This is like a baby being born. It's just been gestating, and here it is. This is the fruits of our labor. This is the playoff picture, dude. I cannot wait for this weekend. And by the end of the weekend, you'll be so sick of football, dude. By Monday night, you're going to be like, dude, do we really need to have this many wild card games? But when you look at it on paper, it's so fun.
Do you guys like the Monday night wild card game?
Fuck no.
Just move it to Saturday.
Yeah.
Move it to Saturday,
Yeah,
dude.
I
Move it
agree.
to Saturday.
Terrible.
That's how it used to be. You know, I know there were less games, but you just camp out all weekend at your favorite bar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about when I was a player because we were never in it until I ended up in the penthouse. Dude, I'm telling you as a fan, I'm like y'all, dude. I love fucking playoffs, dude. I love watching the playoffs. I love going to a bar and watching the games. Like, you know how some people are like, I can't even watch the playoffs when I'm not in it. Bro, fuck that, dude. Playoffs are awesome. They're awesome. And I used to love watching them. At, what was the name of that Irish bar around here that's not there anymore? McGrady's.
McGrady's, the greatest wings ever.
I used to love McGrady's, bro. That was a fun time in my life.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the inside of a bar in quite a while.
So both of your Super Bowl runs, you played the divisional game on Saturday and then the conference championship and the Super Bowl on Sunday. You didn't have a Monday matchup.
Yeah, no.
But I wonder how many teams, and we can dive into this maybe on Thursday, but how many of those Monday night games, if they advanced or if that day of rest really hurts,
Right.
you know, into the divisional round.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. We can add that up, but it's a lot of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of waiting. That's unsettling, all that waiting. The Monday night game is it Houston-Pittsburgh or what?
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, who does that favor?
DK in the Pittsburgh.
It's just
I
hard
mean,
to see an angle
Rodgers.
for the Steelers having an advantage in this one. But
Somebody check the weather.
Day of rest.
Pittsburgh's 10-day. Yeah, somebody said. Yeah, that's right. Birds in Tampa Bay. That was on a Monday night. Pittsburgh weather.
36.
Mostly sunny.
Yeah, mostly sunny. It's gonna be a cold one.
I just
Vaseline weather.
if Aaron Rodgers beats this defense, then
He's the goat.
they really
dude.
do have.
Yeah,
God
I
overs.
really am gonna stretch, dude. But then the next week they'd have to go to where? You know, probably
The
Pats or Oh, they go to
No. Well, it depends on
they're
like
a 4 seed, which is
it depends on
So let's say I mean like here
if it goes to seed, then yes, they would go to Denver. But if Buffalo or Los Angeles gets a win, then they would say Buffalo.
Who do you want to see? Denver. You're sitting here, twiddling your thumbs over Dogs.
I want to see. All right, I want to see Buffalo or Jacksonville. Doesn't matter. Revenge from last year.
That's a bad. That's a bad.
No. Show them both.
You should want revenge.
Exactly.
Revenge. So you should say
Dog of the day.
No, that's what I said. Buffalo, Jacksonville. Doesn't matter. I want them both. Jacksonville or Buffalo last year for the wild card. Jacksonville this year. Doesn't matter. These two. Rather see Pittsburgh and definitely rather see New England.
Yeah, they don't want to see Jags again. Of course not.
Yeah. No, I said Jacksonville or Buffalo. Doesn't matter. We'd see them both.
You got to pick.
No problem.
Got to pick.
So who do you least want to see? Who do you most want to see?
Least want to see the Chargers, then the Texans.
He's like, anybody, anywhere.
Yeah.
The Broncos.
You're just worried about the defenses, huh?
Yeah.
It's pretty much all the defenses.
Yeah.
The best thing for the Reed is that you guys have a bye, so you get to see your team there, but they're probably going to lose whoever they play. So it's just
that's hate.
Dog.
Have a good week.
Throw that in the super cut. If you lose this weekend, throw that in the super cut.
Have a good week.
Okay. All right. So what do we do now?
We want to give a little shout out to a gentleman who yesterday, huge day, broke the sack record.
Oh, I thought we were going to shout out Kyle Long. I'll do that in Bermuda.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got to talk about Myles Garrett, man. What he did is unreal. I know because I have the internet that most people are like Mr. What About or like, well, actually. And so that's like people get off on that. So there's certain people that are saying Joe Burrow laid down or it took 17 games. Okay, cool story. He did it on the Browns. Not only do they rarely ever have leads, he also did it with no real Robin. No disrespect to the guys around him. He did it by himself. And I don't think you understand how hard it is to get 10 sacks in the NFL, let alone to do it twice in one season, let alone to do it twice and then sit there the last 4 games and every team constructing game plans in the most petty way possible to keep you from breaking the record, and you still break the fucking record. His get-off on the sack that broke the record was 0.23 seconds. It was the fastest get-off on a sack all season long. That is absurd. So he won as fast as anybody, basically, all season long. He's like a fucking puma out there. He's up and he's under the armpit, and Burrow's down like a wounded deer because there's nowhere for him to go. This is not Brett Favre running towards Strahan and falling down. Whether you thought that was intentional or not, this is like he won a pass rush and was about to end Joe Burrow week 18. What do you think Joe Burrow is going to do? He's going to crumple. This is crumpling. I've seen Joe do this 5-7 times this year. So anybody who's questioning that sack, like I'm just telling you, it was honestly the perfect example of how great this guy is.
It was no Brett Favre.
It wasn't Brett Favre. This was so indicative of how great Myles Garrett is. This is how if he'd have won like on like a 13-yard drop target, like 5-second like coverage sack, he's not getting any coverage sacks because nobody's holding the ball that long against them. All these other teams that you see guys getting coverage sacks, that's not a privilege he has. And it's not because of the rest of his D-line. It's because of him. So I'm just telling you, this is pretty fucking impressive, man. And I know there's some AFC North fans in here that probably hate the guy, but I also know Myles Garrett. I do. He's a great kid. He's not a kid. He's a great person, man. He really is. I know that whole helmet thing was a bad misstep by him, and I know he probably wants that one back, and whatever was said or wasn't said on the field, we can go backwards or we can just kind of stay here. But I would just say, like, everything I've ever seen from him, like done charity work with him, met his parents, went out to dinner with his parents, like great family, great teammate, good person. So it couldn't have happened to a better guy. And honestly, I don't know when the next rusher we're going to see like him. Like, I don't know Like lightning struck him, like Terminator. Like there's just not a lot of Myles Garretts. There won't be another one. Not for a while. Michael Strahan said it yesterday. This records are made to be broken, but you won't see this one broken for a while. You know, so you can have your opinions on it, but he's he's one of one.
Just to put that 0.23 second get off in a little more context, Myles Garrett's average get off is 0.7 seconds this season, which leads the league. And his get off yesterday on that sack is 0.5 seconds faster.
Right. That's crazy.
He's like, this is the moment. I know it.
That's insane, dude. So anyways, sack record.
Congrats.
Sack king. Congrats, Myles Garrett.
Browns kind of sneaky, like maybe a destination, right? You got Schweissinger.
Yeah, I don't want to say
Carroll,
what I'm going to
Gannon.
say. It's like almost like you're a quarterback away. And you know what's so funny to me is everybody said all Stefanski wanted to do was lose. No, he didn't. They won a bunch of games at the end of the year.
You pointed it out. How happy did he
How
look?
happy was he after they won 2 weeks ago against the Steelers, bro? He's the best. Give him an Academy Award. I heard all he wanted to do was lose. So, you know, I think in the fact that Andrew Berry still there, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, you know, Haslam, he's part of the reason they did the Deshaun trade. Which honestly, and you can say, hey, you know, I'm not some Stefanski stan, but you know, if you drop that bomb on me, like, what else can I do? You know, it kind of hamstrings the whole organization and everybody in it and everybody that follows, and that includes Shador, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, anybody in that uniform for the next 3-4 years after you do something like that is swimming fucking upstream, and that's tough. So I do think you're a quarterback away. Shador is going to be a part of that conversation going into the offseason. He did some good things as a young player, but I don't think I don't think it's his team, and I think anybody who's reasonable knows that at this point. Like this is going to be an open competition. They're going to bring more people in, and the next head coach is gonna drive that. Now, who's the right head coach? I don't know, but they actually inherit some good young players, man. Fannin, Schlesinger, guys like that. Like, there's some good players on this roster.
They're the first team since the 1970 merger to have a rookie lead them in passing, rushing, receiving, and tackles with Shador, Quinshon Judkins, Fannin, and Schlesinger.
Would we want this organization to take a shot at someone like Sig?
I mean, you know me. Yeah, I'm a Sig guy now, so I'm not really sure.
Would you want if it's first shot in NFL? Would you want to throw him in?
My take is no better than anybody else's on this coach stuff. The first day everybody gets fired, like I'd really have to sit down and like analyze it. I mean, I don't know. I think they've tried so many iterations. Like it really is just about like there's no shortcut. The Deshaun thing was supposed to be a shortcut. You got to find a quarterback that really, like, when you see him play, you're like, you know, that's him, right? Like, there's no polarizing online argument because he's fucking obviously him. You know, like, that's what it's going to take. And this ain't the year you're going to find somebody like that, so maybe it's a bridgey type thing for them. And they build that way. But, you know, it's you're pulling the sword from the stone, man. It's been decades. So I don't know. Is it going to be this year? I don't know. But they really are. They're doing some good things. Like, you know, they really have done some good things from a personnel standpoint. The one thing the Cardinals sin was, hey, let me go get a quarterback who's taken 1 billion sacks, more than fucking Andrew Luck. And everybody's going to be like, hey, look at the civil cases, which probably should have been a disqualifier. But on top of it, this guy he's got so much tread taken off his tires. Like he was really shot physically and mentally by the end of it. And then you're just dealing with the bullshit that comes with making a decision like that for years. So anyways, okay.
You want to get lost?
I get lost?
You get lost.
Fuck yeah, I'd love to get lost. Who am I talking about in the triangle
You're
today?
Giving Kyle Long a little shout out.
Oh,
Chiefs
Kyle
and
Long.
Raiders, and you're talking about that unfortunate win for the Giants against the Cowboys that moved them down to the 5th draft pick.
Oh, my God.
Golly day.
The Bermuda Triangle, where football games disappear.
I don't know, Jim. This one might disappear.
I had to hit the blinker. Welcome to the Triangle, everybody. You know, I hope my parents are proud of me because I'm broadcasting from the Bermuda Triangle, and my brother did his first NFL game yesterday. This is a big juxtaposition. But Kyle, we're all proud of you. Kyle used to sit right here in these chairs, man. He used to be one of the gang, but he was like, you know what?
One of us.
He was like, fuck you guys, man. I got bigger and better things on the horizon. Kyle Long, CBS. I've heard him call some college games. I think he's electric. I think he's basically what would happen if John Madden and John Gruden had a baby and just fed it all the food in the house for 35 years. It would be Kyle Long. And Kyle Long went out there yesterday and absolutely him and his crew carried that awful football game that at one point, I think it was 8 field goals and a safety in Vegas. The only people watching the game were degenerates and family members of Kyle Long. And so there's a perfect Venn diagram circle when it comes to me. So I was hanging on every word, and my dog did a great job. It reminded me of the motion picture Gladiator when they were like, Russell Crowe, get out here. You're just going to die anyways. This is Vegas and Kansas City. You're going to have a scoregami on your hands. It was 11-9 at one point in the game. And you got to make this motherfucker interesting. And you know how I always say, when somebody calls a game and it becomes a blowout, it's kind of hard because it's like a podcast at that point. Like, people are just bullshitting. But it's even harder when the game's still good, but it's bad, right? Like, it was close and it was bad. And he did a great job. He called, first off, he nailed the Kingsley Suamataia pronunciation. And then he said that he was thicker than aquarium glass, which I thought was great. So he had a couple like one-liners. He also recovered real well from any tough situations. Like, it's just not easy calling a game. You have your big sheet. You have people in your ear. You've got, the play-by-play guy, the whole thing. And he aced it, and I was just so proud of him. It's crazy to me, being a big brother and watching your little brother, like, do things. Play in the National Football League, go to Pro Bowls, this was as crazy as seeing him play football because I'm like, this is the deep end, dude. Yeah, he was 6'7", 335 pounds with abs. So, the fact that he played in the NFL was never a shock to me. I don't care if it took him 1 year of JUCO and 1 year at Oregon. I was always like, he's destined for greatness on the field. But to think that, my brother, and none of us were A students, right, could sit up there and hold court and carry an NFL broadcast for 60 minutes. A football game like that, this was a proud moment for my family. So shout out to Kyle, dude.
Shout out.
Let's go.
Chris, I want to say
awesome.
real quick.
See the green light tree. Can we claim him as the green light tree?
Yeah. This
is pretty good. He's the first branch of the green light tree.
Broadcasting factory.
Yeah, dude. Seriously.
Green light.
Get going, guys. What the fuck's going on?
Beau wanted to say something. I'll relay to you.
Yeah,
Beau.
relay what he said.
Real quick, I just want to say, when you're talking about Kyle and how far he's come and everything that goes on behind the scenes for being a broadcaster, I did the NFL broadcast and media boot camp with Kyle, and we were kind of attached at the hip all week. So it was pretty fucking cool to see him then actually call a game less than a year later and applying some of those, those coaching points that we learn and stuff like that. And it is not easy. So he fucking crushed it, man.
Beau said he did the broadcast boot camp with Kyle, and it was great to see him. They were attached to the hip all week.
It's like
and it was great.
Ohtani's situation.
Yeah.
He talked for 35 minutes, and you just said one word.
And that was it. He said it was sick to see him do well.
Origato. So it was sick, and I'm super proud of him. And I did text him during the fucking thing like an annoying person. One of the texts, I won't tell you all of them, but one of the texts was his very big brother. It was at halftime. It was make sure you hydrate, drink enough water. shit like that. Like, I was like, you're doing great, just trying to. But man, awesome, good for Kyle, man. I can't believe I'm related to a fucking. It's harder for me to believe that I'm related to a guy who does games like that than it is to be like, my dad's been on NFL Fox for 30 years now. Like, it's harder for me to believe like my brother's calling games. It's fucking crazy. You're doing it, bro. And then the other thing was you got to talk about the Giants and the Cowboys. Listen, Jackson Dart, good way to finish the season. Didn't spend any time in the blue tent. Stat padded a little bit. The reports on him out of New York are like people really like him. The people in the facility think he's good. They think he's the future. So, if you're in New York, and I posed this question on a live stream yesterday, would you rather be New York's unknown, whoever the next coach is, next New York Giants coach, or Kevin O'Connell?
Kevin O'Connell.
You would?
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Because Kevin O'Connell didn't have a quarterback.
He didn't have a quarterback, but he's got Justin Jefferson, and right now he's got B-Flow.
But they got Malik Neighbors, and B-Flow's out of there, bro. B-Flow ain't dealing with another year of that shit. He's not going to sit there and watch while they figure this shit out. Like, short of them going out and getting somebody in free agency, I think there's a feeling there that, like, man, we don't really know what's going on, which is kind of a tough thing because you know how good the coach is and you know how good the roster's been. The Giants, to me, there's some excitement. You're bringing back Scattaboo. He's going to be healthy. Neighbors, a new coach, whoever it is going to have more leash and grace. And you might feel like you have a quarterback. Like, to me, Dart looks better than McCarthy, and it's not like a mile-wide gap, but
there's a gap.
Now, here's one thing that was tragic in this game. As a former pass rusher who's talked about incentives, Jadeveon Clowney needed 8.5 sacks or 8 sacks or higher this year to make $1 million, okay? He was sitting at 5.5 before the game. He had 3 sacks yesterday.
Wow.
Now, the incentive, if you read the fine print, involves Dallas making the playoffs. Which, of course, they didn't do. So, Jadeveon Clowney, I feel terrible for you, dog. But he just continues to find ways to be productive late in his career. He's NFL's favorite mercenary, dude. So we'll see where does Jadeveon Clowney end up next year.
Wait, but he knew that before the game, though, right?
No, I know, but it just sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It's almost like he was trying to hit his incentive. Because to me, Jadeveon Clowney is the type of guy that he's like, I think I'll do it now. Yeah. That's always kind of been the way he is. I'd decide to do it now. And I'm like, I wonder if somebody didn't tell him before the game. They're like, no, you have to make the playoffs. So that was the triangle. There wasn't much to report today. We covered most of the league. We will be back probably next year.
In the triangle? Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no more triangle anymore. Which is kind of a sad deal. I think I want to stay here for a second.
Moment of silence for the triangle.
Should put all the.
Hey, shut the fuck up, please.
Show some respect.
Golly, dude. It's a bunch of shipwrecks down here.
I was just saying we should put all the fire coaches in the.
That good shipping crew was a bone to be chewed. Some white.
When the gales of November came early.
What was it? A 3-hour tour?
No, that's Gilligan's Island, which is not as much of a banger as the Edmund Fitzgerald, which is one of the best songs ever. Do you know Edmund Fitzgerald?
I do not. Don't do this to me right now.
Bro, we're gonna play that. I'm gonna play that song so loud at the end of this. At the end of this show, we're just gonna sit here and listen to that.
You know how many times you've done that to me? You don't know this, and it's just
no. I don't mean to be like that.
White stuff.
No, I get it, but you do that to me too. You do that to me too. You're like,
no, but like,
bro, you haven't heard like. Little
you'll do it with TikTok stuff.
Yeah, like I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to know like what's going on TikTok, bro? But Edmund Fitzgerald, the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, it's a song by Gordon Lightfoot. Wasn't even supposed to really be on the album. It's a song about one of the biggest shipwrecks in the Great Lakes. Okay,
yep.
This Lake Superior shipwreck, Edmund Fitzgerald. The fucking waves were so big, the swells were so big. It's like a multiple 100-foot boat, right? It's like a huge boat, freighter.
Yeah.
Look at this boat. The fucking nose of the boat, the swells are so big. I guess like either the back of the boat or the front of the boat, what is it, Bow
or Stern?
Stern,
Yeah.
not a Mariner, because I don't want to end up like those guys. Hit the bottom of the fucking lake on one of the swells. And
Bing.
Yeah, at 7 p.m. the main hatchway gave in. This is what they said in the song. 7 p.m. the main hatchway gave in. He said, fellas, it's been nice to know you. It's over, bro.
It's over.
It was over. Nobody made it out.
Nobody made it?
No. If they'd have put a few more miles behind them, they'd have probably
Whitefish Bay.
made Whitefish Bay.
Some people survived the Titanic, right?
Yeah, for sure. But this was much rougher seas than the Titanic.
They just hit an iceberg on a nice calm night.
Yeah, and it was cold, so people froze in that
Edmund
type
Fitzgerald
of shit.
was
But Edmund
Gales
Fitzgerald,
of November came early.
yeah, dude, it was crazy. So you don't want to be out. The Great Lakes can be like oceans. All right, so I figure we talk about shipwreck.
We should go on a shipwreck tour this off season.
Honestly, there was like I would love that.
You know what I need? I need Whatchacall to explain that to me. He probably could do it better.
What person?
Mac Hollins.
Oh, Mac Hollins? Yeah, his little videos. We should request one. Okay.
So we had one more landline this week, and first we're going to hear from Zone. Shout out the good folks at Zone.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, I would have thrown about a whole tin of zones in if I was on the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, give me a life jacket. Oh. I'm going to live. I'm going to live. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Y'all know I'm a bit more selective with my nicotine pouches these days, so for me, the quality of the pouch is what I prioritize, which is why I'll pop in a Zone Wintergreen. 1, and I mean 1, 6 milligram is all I need. Whether I'm kicking back and watching ball on a Sunday floating on the river with Cowboy and the rest of the crew or breaking down film ahead of the show, Zone easily gets me locked in with its smooth feel and variety of flavors. Zone is always on our game day roster. Whether you like a fresh mint flavor, or you're into a citrus flavor, check out their roster of options and use promo code GL20 at nicokick.com/zone for 20% off at checkout. Yeah, I'd have put in a whole tin of zones. And I'd have fucking made it out, dude.
Zone.
Our first caller this week.
Oh, hold on. I got to put on my fucking ears, huh?
Yes, you do. Ring, ring.
What up, Chris, Nate, Reed, Nolan, Tanner? Name's Max, calling from sleepy Western Washington State.
Hell yeah,
Quiet
dude.
as kept. I am a Hawks fan. Haven't called in all year. Just want to throw this out there. Best seat. Probably my couch while I watch all of these fanatics sweat these seating scenarios out while we're sitting pretty. Probably got something on the stove and a beer in my hand.
Okay, dude.
But on the real, huge fan of the show. Been tailing your backdoor cover pod all year, and I'm up like 16 units. Been a great year as a Seahawks fan and responsible gambler.
Shout out.
I like
So
that
wait,
guy.
Fucking go.
So wait.
16 units.
So
good vibe.
Oh, did you hear that, though?
if I'm up 16 units,
Did you hear
means
that?
If I started with $1, I have $16.
Yes,
Is that
but
what
most
that means?
people, their unit might be 50.
No.
You know.
We're
Yeah.
just
So,
telling you, that's what's up.
yes,
Yeah.
dude, there's a whole side of me that you don't know. That's why earlier when you're like, dude, you need help picking games, I'm like, brother, this is like one of the things I'm best at
Yeah.
in life. Honestly, I mean, like, you think about things that I'm good for anymore, like, this is one of them. There's not a lot. Kayaking, I'm pretty good at that. You know?
We're damn near an investment firm here. Making
gambling?
money and shit.
Giving out winners, I'm pretty good at that.
A combined 29 games over 500 between you, Macon, and Steve.
I can't think of another thing that I'm much better at anymore.
You're a great friend, Chris.
Thank you, Beau. All right.
Our next caller. Ring,
Hey,
ring.
folks, this is Will from Philadelphia again. Just a couple questions and comments. Chris, you probably have like the best hat game I've ever seen.
Thank you, bro.
You know, I actually bought the Yippee-Ki-Yay hat that you
'Cause
wear
my
all the
hairline's
time.
sus.
Zoomies had a buy one get one free, so I decided to pull the trigger on that. Cowboy, that's a top tier mustache, man. Come on, we love it. Macon, you kind of look like my dad if he was clean shaven. I don't know if that's an insult or not, but
I'll tell him.
Yeah. And facts. Does anybody know if he actually has eyeballs? I've been watching the show for at least 3 years now, and I've never once seen the whites of his eyes. Beau, I follow you on Instagram. The fits are always trippy, man. Love it. Giving me some inspiration. Started busting out overalls more recently. Yeah, it's a good choice.
Hell yeah, brother.
But I do have a question. So, Beau, I know you had your, one of your 2.5 career sacks against the Chargers in 2017, right? And
I remember that.
Chris, you had a strip sack in that game too.
I remember
that. In fact, I know your only sack was Drew Brees, though, which is impressive.
He had a touchdown.
Give me the favorite play that you ever made in the NFL and college. I just want to know it.
Favorite play.
Really
favorite play, NFL and college.
I mean,
NFL
it
or
could be
college.
a big play. It could be something that you're just impressed you were able to pull off. A funny story, something like that. I don't know. I want to hear it. Love the pod. Love all the content. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
I have 2 from college. One of them was I got a sack on Tyrod Taylor playing against Virginia Tech, and it was like a bootleg, a plain end.
Yeah.
Kind of guessing. You know when you guess and you guess right.
Oh, it never happens to me.
But he still almost got away. It was one of those things. Tyrod obviously is slippery quarterback.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting that sack like with my finger last second, pulling him down. So that felt good. And then pick 6 against Maryland.
Oh, I remember that. I was in a bar in Providence, Rhode Island, getting ready to play the Patriots. Not drinking before the game.
Yeah.
But I was so
fucking cold, wet.
There was no place to watch the game. I wanted to see you guys play.
Yeah, it was cold and wet and just a weird situation where I ended up with a interception.
That was sick, dude.
In my hand.
Watching you scoot.
Just fucking running to the pylon and luckily no one catching me and scoring a touchdown. So
that was sick.
Those were mine.
Beau?
I got a good one. This was man. What year was this? 2019, I think. My last year with the Bucs. Played a really good game against the Falcons. Clean stat sheet, no stats. But graded out 100% in the, in the film room. Like our coach was a pretty big stickler for technique grades and stuff like that. But I'm just dying for some sort of assisted tackle. I'm eating duo blocks all fucking game. I'm on field goal. I think it's a PAT. And I'm the block side wing, so I'm the right wing. Go out, fucking just eat 2 dudes directly down the middle of my chest.
Wow.
Hear that the extra point gets blocked. I turn around and I fucking haul ass, and I had to make the tackle on the opposite 15-yard line to save 2 points. It was my only stat that I registered that game.
That's awesome.
And it didn't even count because it was an extra point. So I had a clean stat sheet.
Oh no, but the speed,
funny.
bro.
I got up to 17.9 in pads, which I feel pretty good about, being 340.
Man, I'm not gonna sit here and pick one. I just honestly, my favorite sack might be my last sack because we were in the playoffs against New Orleans and we lost that game. But I always want to go out playing at a high level, and I played pretty fucking well that game. I felt like I played really well, and I felt like I was still a problem. And when I look back at that tape, I'm like, damn, you were dogging. I was dogging Ramczyk a little bit. I think he'd tell you that. So I think and he was a good player. So yeah, for me, it would probably be my last game. It's kind of a weird answer, but when you look back at your career, you just want to finish strong.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, boys.
Hell yeah.
Good memes.
Good memes. Going down memory lane.
Beau, that block, that saving tackle was big because it kept it a 2-point game to end it. You guys won 24-15, but if they had scored that,
they got a special teams game ball for that, which is hilarious.
All right, so we got to go to mentions now, don't we?
Wrapping it up with mentions.
Let's wrap it up with
right
some
after
mentions.
we hear from BetMGM.
Oh, BetMGM, this is it. BetMGM is it. We've been moving so fast today, We might be out of here in what time do we start?
3:45.
We're only 2.5 in.
Yeah.
It's playoffs. These are going to fly by. This holiday season, Mondays aren't just about wrapping up the weekend slate. They're about unwrapping a pro football same game parlay boost token with BetMGM. Here's how to get in on the action. Add a same game parlay wager for tonight's game to your bet slip. Activate your boost token. If your wager hits, you'll enjoy extra winnings and unrestricted bonus dollars. The perfect gift to yourself this season. And if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, don't miss out on the holiday magic. Use bonus code GREENLIGHT and you'll get up to a $1,500 new player offer on your first wager. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
Make it legendary.
Make it legendary.
Right. We're going to vote on best flight and worst flight real fast. So again, Chris had for best flight all the passes versus the Jets this season since they all landed safely. Beau had Jamar Chase. Nate had Josh Johnson. Worst flight. Well, let's pick best flight first. Nolan.
Passes versus Jets this season.
Tanner.
They all landed.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm going with Pats versus Jets too.
It's unanimous. Chris the dub in best flight with all the passes versus the Jets. Worst flight. Chris had Tyler Loop. Beau said himself. Nate said Nicholas Maduro.
I think Nate wins.
Yeah, just gotta give it to him.
Yeah, let's get yeah. Nate the dub. All right, and then we are doing.
Why is the White House tweeting like a bunch of the spoiled white kids I saw at the pool on vacation? Like, honestly, what are we doing, dog? Okay, I don't want to get picked up in an airplane. All right, next.
Bevel Conway.
Bevel Conway, guys. It doesn't get any better than Bills Jets yesterday. Let's mandate that to be the matchup. Can you throw it up on the screen? I know we can do a still shot. Throw it up on the screen. This is perfect. This is like this. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, look at that. The red helmets. Just stay there, dude. There's no need to get fancy with red jerseys. There's no, Reed. I don't know what's wrong with your internet, bro. But a picture's worth 1,000 words. There we go. New York Post. Just throw that motherfucker up there right there. Look at that. That looks like 96. That looks like when I was a child. And that's the way it's supposed to look. Those are both teams A+. It was easy to look at the Denver and Chargers game and be like, oh, it's beautiful.
But the Chargers have the yellow pants.
But we don't see this enough.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
the Bills need to stay here, bro.
What were they waiting for?
I know you don't love the Bills necessarily, Nate, and this week you plan on bludgeoning them. But do you look at this uniform and say, hey, that's the best one they got?
Yeah. I'm kind of off on the red helmet.
Wow.
But
I'm with you, Fat.
Wow.
I don't know why, but I think everything else, yeah.
What?
Maybe if the jerseys were red, I would like it more. But
it's the whole thing.
I guess.
The red helmet.
And maybe
there's a reason they haven't been wearing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
They need to stay. Both these teams need to stay here. So that's my Bevel Conway.
Beau, Bevel Conway.
That's a good one, Chris. I'm with you on that. I'm gonna go with the San Fran Blacks. I thought they were slick.
What?
Kind of busted out of.
Yeah.
I kind of like them. I did like it's just something different, I don't know. I didn't have a good one. I didn't want to say the Kelly Green again. They look good in person. Just say the San Fran Blacks. Fucking chalk this one up as an L.
It's just the most selfish decision by a football team you can make because it's impossible to match. Like it's gonna make the game look bad. It looks cool like in a picture. And honestly, the numbers are fucking lit, but man, I don't know.
You got to go black on black. That's all you got.
Mm-hmm.
Bevel Conway, Trevor Lawrence with the real iced out grill in, the most beautiful.
I don't think you're gonna win.
The most beautiful picture in football. Trevor getting the real grills after the game is absolutely great. After all the AI pictures of him going viral, wearing a grill and chain, and they actually got him a real one. So fire.
Yes.
So fire.
Yeah.
taking over QB1 of the league.
All right, my vote is
Nobody bit. Everybody's just like, next.
my vote's Bills-Jets. I didn't have a game or an eye on this game live, but when a highlight came across my desk, I gasped. Unbelievable. Beautiful.
Tanner?
I'm not a fan of the Bills-Jets, so I'll go with the grill. I like the grill.
Good to throw there. Good to throw a vote that way, but it is Bills-Jets.
Sorry, I tried my best, Nate.
Yeah, there's too many old people in here.
Yeah.
Right.
Anti-Bevel Conway.
Easy, 49ers. That fucking helmet was that gold face mask with the black helmet is absolutely disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting.
If given the choice, would you wear these or the Saints fucked up gold ones?
Huh?
Ooh, the Wake Forest?
Yeah.
With the gradient helmet?
Yeah. Like if you had to pick.
I'd probably wear the blacks.
Yeah, like that's where I'd tier these.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Nate.
Yeah.
And I don't think the jersey's that bad. I really just think it's that face mask. Like the face mask being gold. I don't know why, but I think it just looks so much different if that face mask was just I feel like even if the face mask was maybe red, if you're not just gonna do black, it maybe looks better, but some reason that gold doesn't look good to me.
Okay. I'm going to give you my anti-bevel. Is that what I'm doing?
That's what you're doing.
Can you pull up the Liberty Bowl, please?
Yes.
Tough watch. Easy win. You always bet the servicemen in the bowl games. They don't partake. They're disciplined. They're armed forces, man. They're going to be ready for a bowl game. But pull it up. That's a cool looking picture of it. Can somebody pull up the game? That's hideous. This is hideous. You get the AutoZone fucking logo, which is always an eyesore. It's like I don't want to think about buying black ice trees.
Rain did not help in this.
This
one.
is an ugly bowl game. This is hideous.
That's the end zone.
This is hideous.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm going to win, but I just had to speak my truth. These guys love
red
handles.
hand pants on.
This is awful. What teams are playing here?
This is Navy.
I know Cincinnati,
yeah.
but it's hard to tell.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought it was hideous, man. It's a hideous field.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not good, is it? Not to say I don't like the Navy.
These helmets are rough.
Mormons and service people. Those are the guys you bet in the bowls because the Mormons don't partake. You know what I'm saying? They're here for the football.
Yep.
Navy, I bet them so big.
Beau?
My anti-bevel is there's this photo circulating of John Schneider in the box watching the Seahawks game. He was absolutely pitted the fuck out, dude. Like he had his arms raised up. And
Oh my God.
A massive sweat stain. Yeah.
He was sweating that game.
That's a tough look for anybody, man. He was sweating that one out.
Man, you can sweat out of your titties if you want. If you get a roster like that, you just sweat out of your nipples. And it wouldn't matter, dude. You might be executive of the year.
Oof. That's my pick. Oh, yeah, that's Bevel.
Same for me.
Bad deal.
I've been there before. That sucks, man.
I know. You get
That's
Botox,
bad
bro.
feeling.
You get Botox on your armpits, man.
That's a great call, Beau, but I'm giving Nate a vote there. I think the Niners were awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Oh, is that a split?
Fair.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, Beau got the dub. So
Okay. Yeah, I didn't deserve it.
through 4, Chris with 2, Beau and Nate both on the board with 1.
Okay.
Best seat.
Best seat. Best seat for me is going to Keenan Allen sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter with $1 million in his fucking pocket. He had to run like 10 yards to pick up 6 catches or whatever it was, dude, and he deserves every bit of it. He's an awesome player. Never heard a bad thing being said about the dude. I remember when he was a prospective rookie in Earth City, Missouri, getting a Pop-Tart or something. I was in the players' lounge, which was smaller than this fucking room right here, dude. And thank God he averted that crisis. I mean, he could have rotted away in St. Louis with the rest of us. He was one of those rookies that he was really nice. I remember meeting him at the facility and just what a great career he's had. And to pick up $1 million, Good for him, dude. And sit on the bench in the fourth quarter when you're finally out of the game, whether it's preseason or the end of the game, bro. It's a great feeling. Amelie.
Nate?
Best seat, DK Metcalf, seeing that he would at least get one more game this season after being suspended for the last 2, and he gets to play that last game rested, 2 weeks of rest, ready to go. I just feel like him watching that game, just not knowing, like, damn, is my season going to end because of this stupid-ass interaction with this fan? And just leaving probably a bad taste in your mouth, bad taste in the organization's mouth, probably, even though they didn't choose to do all the option things of taking away his chance to make all that money, which was good. But you just never know how that bowls over if you do lose this game and you go into the offseason. So he has a chance to get back out there. I feel like that's my best seat. Just him watching that game.
Hell yeah, he was probably sitting there watching that kick like,
oh, like they really missed it?
I can't believe it.
He was standing next to his TV with the fan.
Yeah, he was like, no question.
Yep.
Maybe one day they'll get together like James Harrison and that guy that James Harrison slammed on the turf.
That's funny. Beau?
Saw this. I thought this was pretty cool. I saw a photo of Myles Garrett's dad at the game with a giant camera in his lap, just anticipating his son breaking the record. I just thought that was really cool. Chris, you mentioned, getting to know Myles and his family a little bit. Probably such a cool thing to experience as a father. Watch your son break one of the,
that's
one of the biggest records for your position with this giant camera and just being kind of ready to capture that moment. I thought there's something really fatherly about that I liked, and I think that's probably a good seat, man. Sitting there, just watching that all unfold with a big camera to capture the memories. It's fucking awesome.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's sick. Size of that camera.
That's a big
Is
one.
it sitting on a suitcase?
It looks like it. Yeah.
Oh, that's
camera
crazy.
bag.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, dude.
All right, Tanner, your vote.
I'm going with the big old camera. Myles Garrett's dad. Really
cool.
really wholesome.
Nolan?
I second that. Very cool.
And it is thirded and unanimous. Look at that, Beau. You tied at the top.
Oh, Beau.
All right,
Hell yeah, brother.
Worst seat. I'm going to go the Giants front office watching what Nate said earlier in the group chat. I was like, man, when I heard him say that, Russell Wilson was like, yeah, I've had a grade 2 hamstring since week 2. I was like, holy parting shot.
Seriously.
Here comes an investigation.
Has to be, right?
Worst seat,
Yeah.
it's watching Russ throw you guys under the bus on the way out. That's going to be a little pain in the ass.
450 yards and 3 touchdowns in the game that he tore his hamstring. Wild.
Should do that more often. That was balled out. You guys, that wasn't funny. I'm serious. He balled out.
Nate?
Worst seat. I'm going to give it to Sauce, who left a 1-7 team only to join the Colts and to go 1-7 since he's joined the Colts. What a crazy turnaround for him personally.
Yeah.
Thinking you were leaving the Jets and leaving that was a terrible situation. You did leave a terrible situation. But the hopes and the everything around him getting to Indy was like, this is the last.
It's like an end of
piece.
year worst seat. This is pretty, it's not good.
And
the
then,
whole year's been bad.
And then you get there, you're not really that healthy. You're not really that healthy getting there.
Yeah.
And you get hurt again.
And you live in Indiana.
And now you're in Indiana.
Welcome to Indiana.
At least in the Jets, you had Ice Spice close to you.
Yep. No more Ice Spice.
I don't know if it's no more, but Indy's just is a bit.
They call it
further.
Nap City.
Naptown.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say worst seat is just Sauce at the end of this year, just reflecting on his season. 2 parts of his season.
That's not good.
Beau, worst seat?
Imagine that you are, you're a wide receiver for the Houston Texans. You're playoff bound. You're probably pretty excited. Celebrate the new year. New Year's Eve. And then you wake up on New Year's Day and you see all these videos surfacing on social media of Tom Brady flirting with your ex-girlfriend, Alex Earl. Your name is Braxton Berrios, and you're a renowned Tom Brady fan. That's a tough.
Is he a renowned Tom Brady fan?
I saw a bunch of clips of him like fawning over Brady and talking about how good Tom Brady is. And that's a tough seat to wake up to see your, incredibly popular social media superstar girlfriend.
Is that her rubbing his back?
Yeah.
That's her rubbing his back.
I mean, it just reinforces if it's not you, it's somebody else. And that somebody could be Tom Brady, dude. And I guess that's better than her being with like imagine it was like a homeless guy,
I mean, if he's a real fan,
a little spin zone, At least he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I guess.
It could be.
I feel like you always want your ex to downgrade, though.
It could be Kevin Cobb,
No.
Oh, shit.
It's kind
You
of
left me for the homeless guy.
Like shit, Barrios.
Right, exactly.
Barrios could just be like, I'm fucking Eskimo bros with
Tom Brady, bro.
That's
no big deal. Let me see what Bridget Monahan's up to or something, man. Like, it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady,
Let me see what Giselle's doing.
Pregnant.
What? What is he talking about?
Oh, shit.
No.
Man.
Man, hey Tom, and then you like DM Tom and you're like, just so you know, I'm okay with that. You're fine. You have permission.
We're good.
We're good, bro.
We're good, big bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Worst seat, first vote is going to the Giants front office. Tanner?
I'll go Sauce.
Nolan?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go Sauce, too. You could actually argue Sauce is, in terms of the team outlook, he's actually way worse positioned over the next couple years, too, now.
Oh, he's in trouble.
The Jets, all those picks,
Yeah.
Brutal.
Man.
Hollow Man. Nate?
Hollow. Got to give it to your mans, right?
Who's our mans?
The Ravens kicker.
Tyler Loop.
Tyler
Loop.
He's about to be out of the loop for a little while. Mr. Loop.
That's interesting.
I think he will be out of the loop.
Tyler Loop.
Thoughts and prayers for that guy.
Beau?
God damn, I'd love to go first one of these times, Cowboy. You're killing me. You know what? Let's go with we'll go with Alec Pierce, man. I don't know if you guys saw that clip. He got ejected from the game. I kind of thought that was a pretty weak fucking call, man. I understand that you can't make contact with the ref. He didn't really I didn't think there was a lot of contact there, but it's just a tough way.
He approached
to
him though.
man.
I mean, when you approach a guy to argue, if you bump into him.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty. Who was it? There's a different player this year that got ejected for the same thing, and it was, I think, a lot more blatant.
I don't. It's funny because I thought it was kind
like
of
you lose a
bullshit.
game check too.
I thought it was kind of bullshit when he said it, when Puka Nacua said what he said on the stream about the refs, but some of the calls and some of the things that's happening since he said that, you kind of look at it like, maybe some of these refs do want some attention, because as much as I want to troll like Alex Pierce, it's just like, that's kind of crazy to get kicked out of a game for. I get it. Like, you bumped them, like you approached them, but that's kind of, I don't know.
Good season for Alec Pierce, though. 47 catches, 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he had 1,000 yards, man. It felt like.
And then he
I
probably
thought I
lost
saw some of those, the fewest catches.
1,000 yards, but he probably lost that whole game check, right? He's probably going to lose that game check now, right? For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not cool.
No, it's not cool at all.
That's
you gotta keep your hands to yourself.
You can't be a goon.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat Tyler Loop, but I'll give you somebody who's dead. Bridget Bardot, 1960s sultry sex symbol turned militant animal rights activist, dies at 91. She was also a far right supporter, and she died December 28th. So she just missed us becoming a rogue nation. And she's not with us anymore. I don't have anybody that can beat Tyler Loop. So if you remember Bridget from the 60s, yeah, she's no longer with us.
Yeah. Pretty hollow. Hollow Bridget. Tanner, your vote?
I'm going Bridget.
Nolan?
Tyler Loop.
Tyler Loop. Tyler Oop.
That's crazy. That's actually better being Bridget Bardot than Tyler Loop.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what they're saying.
No one knows. Crazy. No one knows who the hell Bridget Bardot is.
You don't?
You don't know.
Well, I guess I should.
I didn't.
But, yeah. No.
I don't either.
Not a chance. STL Memorial. Hey, Beau, do you want to kick this one off?
Rest in peace, Bridget Bardot.
I would love to. My STL.
Bridget Bardot. Yeah.
Bridget Bardot.
No, she was all right.
STL Memorial. Got to give it to Kyle Long. I mean, we talked about this for a while. Chris put that in the Bermuda Triangle. No one fucking watched that game. Kyle did an excellent job, though. I'm giving him my STL Memorial. Good shit, K Long.
STL Memorial.
Nate?
Can use my own brother.
STL Memorial.
Hey,
I don't know if this has been done before, but I'm giving this person 2 mentions today. It's going to Josh.
I think it has been done by you.
Has it? Josh Johnson. Just because I just want to rub it into the Eagles fans a little bit more that you guys lost to Josh Johnson. Just want to throw that in there before the playoffs. Good luck this weekend, guys.
I don't think that's been done. I think you did run a Parker Washington game ball in back-to-back weeks, though.
Oh, really? He deserved it. Mr. Washington, to you guys. he deserved that shit. He went crazy this weekend, too. I got to deal with Parker Washington. You just made me think about the game again. God damn the Bills. Oh, Keon Coleman.
We're fucked, huh?
Keon Coleman wish he was half a Parker Washington, boy. Boy, the Bills.
This is going to be so funny either way. All right, so STL Memorial?
Yep.
D. Alford. Biggest play that swung the only real game that mattered yesterday from a standpoint of in or out. New Orleans and Atlanta, D jumped a slant. And Shuck he'd been close to throwing that ball earlier in the game, and they are driving with a chance to win. And I really do think, I'm not saying the Bucs could win a playoff game, but had they gotten in, I think teams would rather see Carolina than Tampa in a weird way. Mm-hmm. So I do think that was a huge play as far as like what we're talking about this week in the playoffs. That was a backbreaker. I just had to imagine, worst seat, we probably should have put the Bucs sitting at home, watching those games.
Yeah,
I mean, Baker was sitting on his fucking kitchen counter looking just just
dejected,
crushed, helpless. That had to take all the air out of it. And then the worst part was they had to go down and score to cover.
Right.
But then you had to sit through an onside kick and hope for an onside kick. It's just.
I wish that week 18 there were team watches and you had the camera in the room like they do for March Madness when they announce hey, you got in or got out, because the Panthers, a camera on the Panthers team watch would be tremendous. That pick, them reacting to that pick. We saw, I think it was last night, they showed the video of the Ravens reacting to the Browns last weekend win.
Harbaugh in the back of the room running
running all the way to the front.
Just to get an opportunity to lose that heartbreaker that you're never going to forget in your life.
Right.
Never.
Unbelievable.
Nolan?
Kyle Long.
Tanner?
Yeah.
Kyle Long.
That's some dirty shit, Beau.
That's some dirty shit. You got to do what you got to do, brother. You did a fucking disabled astronaut the other day,
Not an astronaut by trade. That was what made it so cool. I mean, she got an opportunity to go up into space. Anyways,
I think that makes you an astronaut.
I think you remember that.
Game ball. Beau, you want to go again?
Sure. Fuck it. I'm going to give it to Sam Darnold. I think he's the first quarterback to have back-to-back 14-win seasons. Obviously, a pretty epic collapse for him last season. But I'm rooting for him in the playoffs. Excited about the Seahawks. I'm one of the few people that picked them to win the NFC West. So, got to give it to Sam Darnold. Hoping that he plays well here through the playoffs.
Second quarterback to have back-to-back 14-win seasons. He was behind Alex Earl's boyfriend, who did that.
Oh, cool.
But first quarterback to have,
or
no, current boyfriend. Yeah, Barrios.
Oh, got it.
But first quarterback to have back-to-back 14-win seasons on 2 different teams.
That's what it was. Yep.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Chris?
Game ball. That's an interesting thing to talk about because there's so many game balls that I could give out right now. So let me just think about it for a second. I would say game ball probably goes to Mike Tomlin because that was, as I said, that was a Mike Tomlin spot. It just was a quintessential Mike Tomlin spot. We should have seen it from 10 miles away. Doesn't matter how fucking bad the Ravens should have won that game. It's not important. Look at him blowing a kiss, beating his chest. He was hyping people up on the sideline. I wanted to give the game ball to Rodgers, honestly, the way he played. But this was just a Tomlin kind of win. He had that team scratching and clawing. Does it make him the guy for the future? I don't know. Do you want him to be a part of the ownership group? I don't know. But last night he was a ball coach and it was awesome.
Nate?
Game ball. I'm giving it to my coach, Liam Cohen, because they're going to jerk him and not give him the coach of the year. So I'm going to give you a game ball here, Liam. I think what you did this year was extraordinary.
He's got the best quarterback in football.
Taking a 4-win team to how many wins do we have now? Lost count. 13, 12?
13.
Like, God,
impressive.
He's moved himself up. It's crazy to think that he's like 5th all time on the Jags.
Golly, what?
On the Jags win list. It's just crazy what he did this year, and the year isn't over yet. So game ball. And hey, guys like
the Jags are
and listen,
Jags
guys
are not
like
that old, dude.
Guys like Chris Long, he doesn't like the way you're rallying the troops right now.
That's not it.
Everyone against us, the mentality, but keep it up because we're gonna ride that to the Super Bowl.
It's more the fans. It's like, bro, like act like there wasn't a bunch of reasons that people didn't believe.
But I'm not like that. I'm welcoming you guys. Come on.
You're right. You are just the quintessential, even-keeled, realistic fan.
Yo, come on. Be a Jags fan. You guys definitely I would much rather you guys root with me, with the Jags, than all the disrespect that I had.
That ship has sailed.
But you don't take disrespect. You really don't.
Oh, man. If
maybe like
back and we listen to some of the stuff you say.
I know, but like you really, here's the thing, like you want people to believe before it's time to believe. The only reason you believed is because it was your favorite team. You know, it wasn't a brain move by you. It was a heart move, which I totally get.
I believed in the Pats.
You did believe in the Pats. You also believed in the Browns last year. It's a mixed bag.
It is a
and the Raiders.
You believed in the Raiders to win the West. I mean, we make and we miss. I make and miss all the time.
I'm a year old. I'm a year early on the Raiders. We'll revisit.
You might be a year early on the Raiders.
Wait till we get Signetti's boy.
Fuck, dude. I had the Bengals winning the North. You know, I had the Bucks winning the South. I had the Bucks going all the fucking way, dude. So it's just not even like preseason shit doesn't matter. And but you were right about the Jags. They're just a fucking wagon. They're a wagon, Nate.
Happy for the Jags.
They're a wagon. You'd hate to see the wagon, topple over, maybe go over a rock, or you'd hate to see
or fall through.
Hate to see that wagon run into a big herd of
nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. I can't wait for this weekend. Poor Braxton Berrios, man. Honestly. He's single, isn't he? Yeah. Fucking winner, chicken dinner, dude. Enjoy. All right.
Hold on, we got to decide who wins this. So Nate and Beau are sitting tied at 3. Chris has 2. We could end the regular season moments, BetMGM moments, with a tie across the board, or Nate or Beau could take this one home. Nolan,
Mike Tomlin,
Tanner.
Reed, I want you to go.
I'm going to go Mike Tomlin.
Fuck. I was going to go Liam Cohen.
Nice.
We end it with a tie, a three-way tie.
Oh, so how do we do this?
Oh, we need a tiebreaker.
Oh, tiebreaker.
I got another hollow
trivia.
Trivia?
Trivia. General knowledge trivia.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Would you say closest to the pin?
What's the loser of this competition have to do?
Walk home. No, I'm joking. I live a little ways away
San
from here. I'm
Francisco.
sick. I mean, no, fuck.
Oh man.
There's a man. I had a
There's a chat.
There you all right, Braxton Berrios career receiving yards.
Holy smoke.
Oh, Berrios career receiving yards.
Wait, how many years has he played?
You don't
All right,
get
hold on.
that.
You can't tell you that? You can't tell me that?
I'll give you years. So he's
Pension from Tua, so it wasn't
he's
a lot.
played.
No, don't do that.
You don't know years?
Don't give
All
me
right.
years.
Okay.
Don't give
Career
anybody-
receiving yards.
Career. Career.
I'm gonna say.
Just receiving yards.
Is
Just
it over?
receiving
Like,
yards.
is it Price is Right rules or what's going on here?
No,
closest,
price is right.
closest.
Closest to the pin.
Close to the pin.
1,200.
Braxton Berrios receiving yards. I'm gonna say
He's a snake.
false. I don't know. 839 yards.
Man, then I'll take just over Beau's, man. I'll take Beau's. I think it's like, in my heart of hearts, I think it's in the 1600s, maybe 1676.
I want to.
But I'll go 1301.
What's your
1301.
1301? You win. 1,360 career receiving yards for Braxton Berrios.
Wow.
Beau, you would have been closest to the pin, but it really doesn't matter. This doesn't matter at all.
We'll play again next week after the wild card round.
We'll play again
next week. No Monday night game tonight to preview.
Oh, I can't wait for people. I cannot wait till it's over, to be honest. And everybody does the, what am I going to do with no football on? Oh, I'm going to go to sleep tonight. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to watch a show. What should I watch? What show should I watch?
You're going to climb a
mountain.
I got to go fucking climb a mountain with Reed, dude.
Reed's going to climb a mountain.
Fuck,
Watch
dude, it's
Pluribus,
so fucked.
Chris.
Are we going to do the
You're
what
gonna
you call
like
it, too?
I don't think I'm ready, dude.
Are we going to do the draft? It's in Pittsburgh. It's close.
Yeah, what do we need to do for the mountain?
I'm not ready to commit to the draft. What do we need to do
What
for
do we
the
need to start
mountain?
You haven't started
Yeah,
training
yeah.
yet?
No, I've been running, but I feel like I need to do more than
You haven't gotten your oxygen take?
Oh, I fucked up my STL memorial, dude.
Yep. Too late. Save it for next.
Oh. No, but I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was I had the name of the priest that sprinkled holy water.
That's a big STL.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Dang.
That would have beaten
Yeah,
Kyle.
we wouldn't even.
For
That would've
sure.
beaten
That was
Kyle.
Kyle.
Kyle Long?
You ever heard of this guy, Kyle Long? What
Kyle
show do I need
Long.
to watch tonight? I've been I want to watch Frank.
Pluribus. Watch Pluribus.
Yeah, too.
What's Pluribus?
It's on Apple TV.
What's
Apple
Pluribus
TV, yeah,
about?
it's the new. I don't want to give too much away, but it's basically about a.
Give it away, give it away,
hive.
give it away now.
It's an alien hive mind that takes over the Earth.
Yep.
An American post-apocalyptic science fiction television series created by Vince Gilligan.
Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad.
Bangers.
Somebody asked him what he was doing with that last season.
Have you watched Industry yet?
No.
Watch that. That's a good show.
Hey, you
I
know
like
what was
Industry.
good and I never finished? Was the Seth Rogen show.
Oh,
Yeah.
With like Barinholtz.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good
Studio.
show.
Studio.
Studio. That's
All
a
right.
great show.
We just continue this offline, guys.
Yeah.
Let people go home.
Thanks for being here. We'll be back to preview these wildcard games later this week.
Yeah, we will.
Go Jags.
Can't wait. I'm going to go throw up. I'll see you.